Hello.
And
Welcome
to Film
Bastards. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome people to episode 478 of Film Bastards. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever I am joined by...
Becky Foster, hello everyone.
And...
Ian Loring, hello.
And what have we got this week? Well, we have our end-of-year review show coupled with a review of Babylon, and... we might get to what we've been watching, because we also have Oscars chat. You were probably not going to get to what we've been watching. Oh, wait, yeah, I feel we're not going to... I'm feeling we're going to have a bumper episode next week of what we've been watching.
I'd double up. That's quite good, because I haven't watched much this week, so doubling up's probably great.
Then that we shall do. So yeah, we've got a big show for you guys. Yeah, it should be fun. I'm not going to ask you. Well, I'm going to say we're a clinical podcast. Go listen to the podcast, including all your favourites that we always mention there. So yeah, right now that's out of the way. Let's do a fucking show. Let's go. I was about to say that, Ian. I'm not going to ask you what's been in the news this week because it's Oscars.
Holy shit. We're on it.
Yeah.
It's 90 seconds and we're here.
Yeah, we're going. We're get strapped in, folks, because
fucking hell. I was expecting a leisurely train ride instead.
Nope.
I've been taken on the fucking ride of my life.
You're on the fucking bullet train, motherfucker.
Fucking roller coaster. I'm on the bullet train. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Right.
Let's go, Tangerine.
Oh, shit.
Tangerine?
You've not seen Bullet Train.
Bullet train, baby.
No, and as such, Tangerine just makes me think of Michael Caine.
Very good, yes. So, Ian, the Oscar nominations, they happened, didn't
Yeah.
they?
They did, buddy. They did. So I put a video up on the Patreon yesterday of me doing my my Oscar bets. So patreon.com/filmbastards to watch me bet money. But they're interesting. They're interesting. I'm gonna level with people. I'm trying to have a break from alcohol, and I've had a couple of CBD gummies in the last hour or so, and I don't know whether it's because I don't usually have a lot of CBD, but I feel like they were quite potent, and I am very, very, very relaxed to the extent that I don't quite know what I'm looking at. So let's do this. So how do we start? So Everything Everywhere All at Once, leading with 11 nominations, which is wild. Apparently people on Twitter have been criticising the Oscars for, it's typical Oscar bait. We'll talk about Everything Everywhere All at Once later on in this show, but that film and Oscar bait are diametric opposites.
Yeah. It's just while we're on the subject of that, I get to think a little bit, and it might be a me thing, but I think it might be becoming more of a generalised thing that everybody, when people are now kind of going, Oscars, but where are all the... It's now getting, will you just fuck off and just let us have some fun, you pricks?
Well, they're making the people that they moan about not being included more and more niche, aren't they? It's like, right, the Oscar nominations are coming out, amazing, right, let's see what I can be offended about.
Yeah, there is an awful lot of that. And I get the feeling this year that the Oscars have kind of just gone, look, we're just going to go for it. And we're not going to try and appease everybody, because we've realised we can't.
Well, that's the thing, like a lot of people complaining that there's no women directors included. in the directing category. And the examples of female-directed movies that they're using...
What have they been?
Like The Woman King.
No.
That bullshit thing with Frances McDormand.
We've been talking.
Yeah. You know, if it doesn't... If you want to be nominated, make something Oscar-worthy.
So, the thing is, it's an interesting one, because, you know, and this is going to be quite a free-form, rambling discussion, I think, so, you know, strap in, folks. But
We're good at rambling.
yeah, exactly. We're taking you on a journey, on a journey, and where we go, I don't know, but we're going to enjoy it.
And yours is an enhanced journey. I'm just drinking tea. You're hitting up the CBD.
Oh, fuck it, yeah, it's good. So...
All right, Moss Def.
I can rhyme.
What?
I think it's because I rhymed on accident. Tea and CBD.
Isn't it most deaf? Like, as in most definitely?
I think either.
Moss Def sounds like you some sort of, like, a gardening killer.
Yeah, he's super heavy into horticulture.
Yeah. He's changed his name anyway, actually. Can he go by something else now?
Plant Boy.
Plant Lover 93.
Yeah, Plant Lover 90. Plant Lover. That's very specific.
Yaslin Bey, he goes as now.
Yasmin.
Yazin Bey.
Yazim Bey.
Yeah. So he went from Dante to Rel Smith to Mos Def to Yazin Bey.
Yazim Bey. Good. What were we talking about? So, right. So The Woman King was being talked about for like several nominations, and it didn't get any. And I'm kind of not surprised.
Because it's not that good.
It's
fine.
Isn't
It's
it also
fine.
like history washing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
very much history washes.
It's all right.
It's fine, yeah.
It's a decent time, but it felt like it was just being talked about for Oscars because it was predominantly women, and that was like, you know, and I you know, it that felt like an Oscar campaign that was never really, and also it didn't really ever. I think there was an assumption that Viola Davis was just going to get in for Best Actress, and like she didn't really do any campaigning. And then you compare that to the Andrea Riseborough nomination, where it's like they just did this fucking weird, inorganic thing right when people were voting, and it worked. And people are complaining about that. And I'll be A, I think it's fucking funny. B, it is just a little bit don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, they've come in, they've done this thing where they've got, like, basically Andrea Riseborough, the director, and the director's wife have got a bunch of their mates to host screenings and talk about this film and the performance on social media. And then what have all the other films done? They've like held like drinks events and sent people like fucking paraphernalia, and you know, it's not like it's a less honest way of Oscar campaigning. It's a different way of Oscar campaigning, and I don't think it's going to work every single time. It feels like it's worked this once, and now people are going to replicate it.
Well, that's the thing. None of this shit happens organically. People, you know, it's not like all the Academy members just get sent all the movies and they watch them all and then they make a educated decision. They probably don't watch most of the films. There is campaigns. It's like going for fucking class president. And it is what it is. Is it right? No. Is it the world? Yeah. And is Andrea Riseborough apparently very, very good into Leslie? Yeah. So
is it a surprise that Andrea Riseborough's good in something?
Well, that's it. I mean,
What a source of that.
I find her. We were discussing this earlier, weren't we? I find her quite an uncomfortable screen presence because she seems a little bit, I don't know, just a bit off in everything.
But then again, a lot of performances she picks
Yeah.
But I think I remember...
But she's very good, so...
Sorry, just going off what you were saying a second ago there, Bex. I think I remember seeing a thing with Edgar Wright, where when he got accepted into where he became a member of the Academy, and I remember reading a thing, I'm fairly certain it's Edgar Wright, where he was saying that he was surprised at the amount of people within the Academy who are voting for these things haven't seen a lot of the films. So he makes it a priority to watch every film that he can vote on
Yeah.
in every category.
You shouldn't be allowed to vote in a category if you
otherwise-
haven't watched everything.
Otherwise, he doesn't vote within
Yeah.
that category. So he makes it a thing, and like he talks about the fact that he watches all those films because it means he can make a proper decision based on it. And it's just, there is probably a lot of note. The other bit, and we say this every year, is, they both matter and don't matter. The Academy Awards are one of the most important things that happen in the movie business every year.
I think it's weird because as film fans, it matters to us to see. You want to see the movie that you've been championed for the whole year get the recognition. It kind of, to some people, it will validate their feelings about a film if it gets nominated, even if it doesn't win. But I mean, 100%, it matters to the people that are in them, and it matters to them for job opportunities going forward.
Absolutely, but I will also say I think I can remember once within the past 6 or 7 years, one of our top films of the year, best films of the year, number one spot, won the best picture, and I think it's only happened once.
What was it?
And I'm fairly certain it was Ian Shape of Water was your number one that year, and it won Best Picture.
Sure.
And that is the only time. Granted, one of us is an idiot. But
What, Ian, for in the Fish Fucker movie?
I like fucking Shape of Water. I want to rewatch Shape of Water.
I won't mind rewatching it because
It's the only time I've had an erection in the last fucking 6 years, Bex, alright? Go easy.
I think I unfairly hate it
I think you do unfairly hate it. I think you decided you didn't like it.
because I like everybody involved.
Yeah, I definitely think you need to rewatch it.
I think I'm just uncomfortable with the fish fucking.
I mean, broaden your fucking mind a little bit.
Yeah, fucking expand your horizons, Bex, Christ.
Oh dear.
So, if we're looking at Best Picture, it's an interesting list, and I think that there's some, on occasion, surprising shit here.
Can I get my one major bitch out of the fucking way then, so we can start?
Oh, yes, please.
What is it?
Go on.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry, but there's 10 films nominated. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, there's
10,
there's 10.
10 films nominated, right? I'm sorry. I know it's made an awful lot of money, etc.
Yeah.
But Avatar in here is just a little bit like, oh, come on.
Cameron effect in it.
Don't But the thing there is, Endgame wasn't nominated for Best Picture.
That wasn't James Cameron.
No, but I'm not talking about the Cameron thing. But if we're just going to base films on, well, this made a lot of money, it's not. Do you know what? There are people out there that like it. All power to you. If you like Avatar, that's great. I didn't hate it. It's fine. But come on, nobody thinks it's
The best film of the year.
there, and it is taking up a spot that could have gone to something else that just more richly deserved it. Avatar doesn't need that. It doesn't need that. It's not going to win it. It's just bit like... It's a bit like, oh, come on. Have a little bit more imagination than that. Triangle of Sadness, which is nominated there, that takes imagination for it. But you could have thrown in... There's a lot of other films that you could have thrown in... Give it to fucking Living.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna turn up. It's one of the 10. It's got zero fucking chance. But to be fair, there's a few on this list that have got zero fucking chance.
Go on.
So yeah, it's between I predict here it's between. I think there's an outside shot, and then it's between two other ones, and I think it's going to be one of the two, but I think there is an outside shock one.
What are the two then?
I think it's between Everything Everywhere All at Once and Banshees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's between those.
Probably.
One of those two is going to win it. I think I just think now predictions. If we're doing predictions, I do just think Everything Everywhere is going to get it.
I really hope so. I think that deserves it over Banshees.
No, I think Banshees.
I think it's no.
We'll get in that list later.
It's just the concept of everything everywhere is, and it's fun, and it looks good, and it's engaging. Banshees doesn't tick all of those boxes. Go on, what's your outsider? Because I know what your outsider is. We were discussing it earlier, weren't we?
Just think there's an outsider. Now, I'm using this as a
real outsider.
As a real outsider. But then again, Coda won last year, so let's not pretend outsiders don't fucking win shit. My outsider is Top Gun Maverick.
I just can't see him giving it to what is essentially an action movie sequel.
It's just not strong enough. Like, the fact that when it got adapted screenplay nomination, I was like, fuck me, this is interesting. But then it missed cinematographer, and Cruise didn't get in for actor. And that was always on the bubble. But the fact that it didn't get a cinematography nomination is insane, but also speaks to the fact that it's maybe not as strong as it would need to be. That, like, because Everything Everywhere, the fact that it got 11 Oscar nominations and the fucking David Byrne song got a Best Original Song nomination basically says to me, all right, there's a lot of love for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I think that's going to tip it. I agree, though. I think it's between those two. My outsider would be Elvis, because it's a consensus vote. It's like, you know...
If it's a lot of people's number 3, then it'll get...
Boom.
Yeah, but by the same token, I think Top Gun Maverick could be a lot of people's number 4.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's also fair, but I think...
I'd love to see Elvis get it, but I just can't see it happening.
I'd love to see Elvis get it, because I put £3 on it at 100 to 1.
Wow.
I wouldn't for one reason. And it's not I don't like the movie, because I do like the movie, right? But for one reason, I just know. Because... can you imagine what fucking Baz Luhrmann is going to do with having the credence of an Oscar? He's going to do something that is going to be very annoying.
No, but he might not.
He's going to make a studio bankrupt. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
But if he's back on his game, I mean, and this is a bob back to quality filmmaking for him.
I'm right. Which is fine, but that's because I think he had a little bit of a kicking on his last couple of movies, and so he had to rein a little bit of Bazzy in, and it got through on the strength of a performance.
Yes, yeah. This film without Austin Butler or with a weaker Elvis performance is a lot of people are concentrating on how trash Tom Hanks is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then again, the whole point of the thing is. We are the film. A very good thing the film does is the unreliable narrator. You're watching it through the eyes of the villain.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
Anyway, but that's what I think. I just think I do think it's going to be Everything Everywhere all at once, like you said, because it seems to have the swing of momentum at the moment. Seems to be behind it.
Yeah. So I mean, nominees: All Quiet on the Western Front, which is Call of Duty World War II, the movie. Put in Germany. Even though I think it's probably... Anyway, yeah. Avatar: The Way of Water, Banshees, Elvis, Everything Everywhere. The Fabelmans, which has basically lost all heat. It'll get director. I could see that being literally the only one it wins all night.
It does not deserve Best Director by a fucking mile.
Yeah, I mean, I we'll get to it. I think there's more worthy. Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking did squeak in there. So, I suppose if we're talking snubs from that list, I think we're probably talking The Whale, maybe Living to an extent, but then... to be honest, I think those would probably be the only two out of things that got nominated.
Well, the general consensus seems to be on The Whale that it's a very good performance in a not that great film.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Aronofsky didn't get nominated for director nor screenplay, which, says all you need to know there, I think. Yeah, I mean, so director then, as we were kind of just talking about it, Martin McDonagh, the Daniels, Steven Spielberg, Todd Field, Ruben Östlund. The only spoiler I can see here for Spielberg is the Daniels.
Yeah, I do think the Daniels could end up getting that.
There is much more, active directing involved in the making of Everything Everywhere than there is in The Fabelmans.
But my thing with The Fabelmans is, and it's a movie that I liked. I liked The Fabelmans. I know you didn't, Becky, but I did like The Fabelmans. But the thing is, it manages to both be a fun movie for me and a story that Spielberg wants to tell, but at the same time doesn't want to tell. Because it's not just, here's the story of my life, it's, here's kind of the story of my life. But it does feel a little bit like, right, but Stephen, you could direct this movie in your fucking sleep.
It's, I don't know, it's just the fact that he's only got one Best Director Oscar, and I know that doesn't excuse anything, and I think the Daniels definitely would deserve it over it, but I'm not going to begrudge it. If he won Director and then The Fabelmans won Picture, I think a lot of people would be like, yeah, really?
Yeah, I think the outside one on that, I think the Daniels going to win it. I think the outside one is going to be Todd Field.
Yeah, maybe.
Winning for Tar.
Maybe.
And that being the one, possibly two, that Tar wins.
Okay, so actor Austin Butler, Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser, Paul Mescal, Bill Nighy. Interesting list, this. It feels to me like Butler, Farrell and Fraser are there and thereabouts, and Mescal and Nighy are a good deal behind. I'm glad the internet's boyfriend has an Oscar nomination, and I'm pleased for people, but really, I think Mescal is fine in that film, but he's basically playing dad who's depressed but hiding it from his daughter really, really badly. I don't know. I don't know with that film, but hey, listeners of this show like it, so I'll be quiet now. Nighy getting a nomination for Living's fucking awesome, though. I was very, very pleased with that. In terms of who wins, I think it's going to be Butler. I think Farrell and Fraser are going to cancel each other out.
I think Farrell's going to win it.
See, I have seen 2 out of the 5 nominated performances in this, so I can't really make an educated guess. But my want to win, should win, and will win are all 3 different people, because I'd love for Brendan Fraser to win, because I think it would give the Renaissance a real big boost, and I give his confidence a boost, and just show him that everyone fucking loves him. And I think he needs that at this point. I think he needs that, like, okay, all right, yeah, this is working. This is worth continuing with. I think Austin Butler should win. I think it's a fucking powerhouse performance, and I think Colin Farrell will win because he's Colin Farrell, and he's good in Banshees.
He's really good in Banshees.
But he doesn't.
Don't do the he doesn't do anything thing.
He doesn't do as much as Austin Butler does for the role.
No, because everything has to revolve around him. He's not supposed to do anything because that's the point of the character.
That's fine. We'll just have to agree to disagree on this one.
That's fine, but he gets to do. He does an awful lot of the heavy lifting.
Just walking around being Irish and sad.
Okay, so actress Cate Blanchett, Anna de Armas, wild. Andrea Riseborough, also wild. Michelle Williams, Michelle Yeoh. So, actress, I would agree that in a way, I think it's rough that Anna de Armas and Andrea Riseborough probably knocked out Danielle Deadwyler and Viola Davis. It's not a great look, but
I was saying to Mark earlier that Anna de Armas being nominated is bonkers. That film is such an embarrassment. They should have just fucking left it to die.
I think it's literally actors going like, Jesus fucking Christ, you had to do all that. I like literally, it's that. Because the nominations are done by the branches, so
yeah,
actors like nominating Anna de Armas because it's a lot of work, and Andrea Riseborough because people like Andrea Riseborough and the performance is decent. Like when it actually comes to going out to the whole academy to vote, those two are going to be so in the fucking weeds. It's between Yeoh and Blanchett. I think Yeoh's going to do it.
I really hope she does.
I think.
I think she deserves it. Both for this performance because she's really good in it, but also like time served. You know, a bit of a legacy win.
Blanchett already has 2 Oscars, I think. Michelle Yeoh doesn't usually do the kind of work that appears in films that then go for Oscars.
Yeah.
I'd love it if that wasn't the case, but it is. It feels to me like you give Michelle Yeoh this because it may be that she's never even nominated again.
Whereas Cate Blanchett might be nominated again
next year.
and the year after. It's one of those, I think. I agree it's between those two. Yes, Cate Blanchett has won 2 before. She won for Blue Jasmine and she won Best Supporting Actress for The Aviator. But yeah, it's between those two, and I do think Michelle Yeoh is probably going to get it. Andrea Riseborough's kind of becoming a little bit of like this generation for actors, of like Gina Rowlands or something like that. She's very much a actor's actor. Actors fucking love her. Or like a Charlotte Rampling style of person, where she's never going to be a household name, but in 10 years' time, the latest crop of ingenues are all going to cite Andrea Riseborough as an inspiration to them.
Supporting actor, Brendan Gleeson. My single biggest hell yeah of the entire lot, Brian Tyree Henry.
I mean, you said he's fantastic in Causeway, didn't you?
Yeah, and like it absolutely. I mean, like both he and Lawrence are great, but like yeah, he's doing some really good work in Causeway. I was fucking thrilled to see that.
He's good as well, in general.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's great that he's an Oscar nominee now. He should have been nominated for If Beale Street Could Talk, but hey.
Sorry, can I just interrupt for 1 second? Is Brian Tyree Henry the one that's in The Eternals?
Yeah.
One of the few like decent performances in The Eternals.
Well, there's
the
Along with another nominee
IKEA
in
full
this category.
catalogue guy. Yeah. Yeah. He's like the gay one.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is in the film. Sorry.
He's fucking great in that though. He is definitely a highlight of that movie.
And he's a highlight of Bullet Train as well.
Yeah, there's another film that I think he should have been nominated for as well, for Best Supporting.
Child's Play.
What's in that one, eh? Widows.
Oh, yeah.
Really
Good call.
fucking good in Widows. Without, but letting everybody else around him do, more sort of flashy bits, but just being really fucking good in it.
Yeah.
Good. Also, Judd Hirsch, Barry Keoghan, and this year's Best Supporting Actor winner, Ke Kwan. Done deal.
Can you imagine that if Ke Kwan and Brendan Fraser both win Academy Awards for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor after starring in California Man so many years ago themselves?
Beautiful. We're not going to do every single one. So supporting actress, just audience. Supporting actress, Angela Bassett, Hong Chow, Kerry Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Stephanie Zhu. I will say, I rewatched Everything Everywhere on Monday night, and I would have been fucking fuming on Stephanie Zhu's behalf if she wasn't nominated and Jamie Lee Curtis was.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Curtis getting a nomination along with her, but I'm glad they didn't split votes there. Jamie Lee Curtis is good in Everything Everywhere All at Once. She's also not in it that much, and I'm not entirely sure what it is about that performance that makes people think she should be nominated for an Oscar.
Kerry Condon deserves this one.
It's probably fair.
Yeah, but
She's fucking great in Banshees.
Bassett's
winning,
winning.
yeah.
I haven't seen Black Panda, so
I haven't seen it, so I
Black
can't.
Panda. Oh, I wish.
So I can't comment, but
Marvel's latest superhero.
But I don't think if it's a similar performance to the one in the first one, I don't think she deserves it.
But the thing about it is,
She gets big emotional moments.
Does she?
yeah, the thing is, Angela Bassett is great. Angela Bassett has been great for 30 years.
Has she got any others?
Academy Awards? No, I believe she was nominated once for Tina What's Love Got to Do with It, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, she's fucking great in
right.
that.
I think. I'll check, see if I'm actually right there.
So it could be another legacy win kind of shout.
Yeah, she was nominated twice, yeah. What's Love Got to Do with It and this? So, like, 28 years apart. 29 years apart.
But Kerry Condon will be robbed if she doesn't get this, because she is such a strong performance. In the same way that Barry Keoghan, I would like him to get supporting actor, because I think he's really fucking good in that.
Yeah, but he's not.
No, he's not.
Because Ke Huy Quan, who might actually be a leading man in that, is going to win it.
It's going to be a lovely speech as well.
It is. And the thing is, it's a. Do you know what? No one's going to.
Begrudge it.
Barry Keoghan is going to win an Academy Award at some point.
Yeah.
Right, let's barrel through some of these. I just want to say, best animated short, My Year of Dicks needs to win. Best adapted screenplay, All Quiet on the Western Front. Okay, fine. I like that film, but what? I mean, that film's fine. But what? Glass Onion, Living, Top Gun Maverick, women talking. It's going to be women talking. Glass Onion. If Glass Onion had any other nominations, I'd say that would be the spoiler, but it doesn't.
No, that's a fair point, actually, that, yeah. I did think Glass Onion, but you're right, it's the only nomination it's got, so yeah, it probably is going to win in talking.
We were discussing this earlier. How do Glass Onion and Top Gun class as adapted screenplays? Is it because they're sequels?
It's the sequels.
Yes.
That's just
exactly
fucking stupid, that, isn't it? They're not adapted
It's
from anything.
based on pre-existing characters.
Nah, I don't buy that. That's bullshit.
Well, I'm fucking telling you.
No, it's fine. That can be why it is, but it's a stupid reason.
But, right. So, if you base a story based on, like, an actual person, does that have to get nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay now? Because you're adapting it from somebody's real life.
Yeah,
I suppose it's pre-existing written characters created by somebody else.
Just say, I'm being a little bit facetious there, but I was a little bit like, a lot of people have gone, wait, what? About this?
Yeah.
And I do get the logic behind it, but there isn't also a, God, come on.
It's not adapted from a pre-existing work, so no, it's stupid.
It is like when the thing where if any little part of music has ever been used in anything else, it can't be nominated for Best Score.
Okay. Original screenplay: Banshees, EAAO, The Fabelmans, Tar, Triangle of Sadness.
Banshees.
You'd assume Banshees.
It will be Banshees, I think.
I'd kind of like it if Tar won this, because I don't think it's going to win anything else. But yeah, probably Banshees.
I just think it is very much a script-driven movie. It's why I think it could win Best Picture. A couple of the actor ones, and then it'll be between screenplay or director, and it'll win screenplay over director out of those.
Did you see the message I sent to the group earlier, Ian? About the trailer for Tar.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the trailer was.
It's like, it presents it as this real weird, twisty kind of psychological horror. It's got, I said to Mark, it's got like real Black Swan vibes to the trailer.
Yeah, right. As somebody who watched Tar and liked Tar, if I'd watched that trailer and then got to see it the next week in the cinema, I'd have been a little bit like, wait, what? This is a completely different movie.
See, if I'd seen that trailer and gone, that looks really interesting, I'm going to go see that, and then Tar, the movie, was as it is, I'd be fucking fuming.
But the baffling thing is, the trailer that you could make for Tar that actually shows you what the movie Tar is would make it more accessible to people who want to go and see Tar.
Yeah, because people that just want to watch a movie about some nasty grooming bitch of a conductor are not going to go see it based off that trailer.
No, whereas it makes it out to be this weird kind of like trippy,
it's going to be an awful lot of fucking
existential
confused
fucking movie.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, all good. So I'll tell you what. Let's end this off with best original song.
No. Best animated feature. I wanted to ask you actually.
Oh,
how many of these have you seen?
2.
Have you seen The Sea Beast?
Not yet.
Honestly, watch it. It is way better than it has, than you ever think it's going to be. There's this. I was saying to Mark, there's this one shot where they're in the water, and it's like a side on shot of them in the water, and the sea beast kind of comes really close to them, and it filled me with this existential dread and made me never want to go into the fucking sea again.
Oh, well, that's pretty powerful. Fucking hell.
It's so much better than you think it's gonna be.
Netflix, and it's like under 2 hours.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm rooting for Sea Beast on this one.
I'll do it. But yeah, it's Pinocchio. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Yeah.
I will add. Marcel the Shell with shoes on. Puss in Boots: The Last Witch, which apparently fucking slaps.
Yeah, apparently.
The Sea Beast and Turning Red. It will be Pinocchio.
It will be Pinocchio.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
I'd love it to be Sea Beast. It's Carl Urban
Nice.
voices the guy as well.
I mean, it got nominated. Not nothing.
Yeah.
Cartoon Saloon's latest, the Wolfwalkers people got shut out. My Father's Dragon, which was sad, but hey. Right, so best original song. Applause from Tell It Like a Woman by Diane Warren. So now I think I will need to see the film Tell It Like a Woman. Maybe I just don't put myself through that this year. I don't
That
know.
sounds quite interesting.
I feel like Diane Warren gets nominated a lot.
Well, it's her 14th fucking nomination. It's ridiculous. Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up from Black Panther, I said it. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It's because of the Wakanda. Black Panda,
Yeah,
Wakanda.
yeah.
Let's make fucking Black Panda happen.
I'd watch it.
Oh, that'd be great. Natu Natu from RRR, and This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Thrillingly, I think it's going to be Natu Natu.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Love that. The fact that it's not been nominated for Best International Picture is a fucking travesty.
Right. So, India didn't put it up for submission.
Can't people just subversively nominate it anyway?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not for international. They could nominate it for like other things, but not that. But
That's
yeah, I
such a
think it's going to
shame.
be RRR. Yeah, it is. But yeah, I think notable overall snubs. You know, Woman King, Till to an extent. Nope. Was kind of surprised that didn't get some technical nominations. I am still, despite the lack of box office success, I am a little bit stunned that She Said didn't even get like screenplay, or Mulligan in supporting or something like that. But hey, that it is what it is. And yeah, there we go. The Oscars, March 13th, I think, and I think there's going to be a few. It feels like there's space for there to be a few surprises.
Yeah, it does. It feels like there's less locks. There's a few locks there, but it feels like there's less absolute fucking that he's winning, or
And-
he's winning than normally. Normally, you're pretty much with the 4 acting categories. You're there going. There's 3 of them that are going to win.
Yeah.
Whereas this year, there's 1 that is going to win.
Yeah, quite. Okay, you're
I am
hosting.
hosting, yes,
Mark.
yeah. Okay, so trailers. Moving on. There wasn't anything else that happened in movie news this week, was there? It was just...
Oh, mate, let's move on.
was,
Let's move
yeah.
on. I'll tell you what, the CBD's worn off. That's really disappointing.
You're feeling real stressed all of a sudden.
No, I'm not feeling stressed. I'm just louder and kind of just more like with it.
Trailers. I'm going to do an anti-trailer here. Can fucking Knock at the Cabin please come out so I have to stop watching that fucking trailer?
You're real sick of it, aren't you?
I'm alright with watching the movie. Intrigued by the movie. I am fucking sick of watching that trailer.
Yeah.
It's not sick of watching you though, mate, unfortunately.
No, it's not. Because I have a feeling that even in the fucking middle of the fucking summer it's going to be on there.
When's it out?
Next
Next
week.
week.
I think we're fine.
Not like next week, the week after, I think, isn't it?
Okay.
No, it's like literally the 3rd of February.
Like next Friday.
Yeah, next week, yeah.
Did you go?
A week Friday.
Week Friday, that's what I was meaning, like, not like this coming week.
Oh, okay. Not in 2 days' time.
Not
in
like 2
9
days'
days'
time.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got myself confused there. New Dungeons and Dragons trailer?
Fuck yes. This looks ace. It just looks fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it being, with this.
I did enjoy I Don't Want to See You Die, so I'm going to lose you.
Well, you said when Hugh Grant cropped up, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know, Hugh Grant, is he just doing what he wants now?
Just fucking popping up in shit.
Yeah. Hugh Grant just looks like a guy who's having just a really good time being Hugh Grant at the moment. And
Yeah.
why not? It seems like it's pretty cool being Hugh Grant.
And it's got revised Best Chris in it.
Always best, Chris.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it just looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does.
So, moving on from a film that looks like a lot of fun,
2.
Scream.
I'm really keen for this. I'm really keen for this. I rewatched the most recent one this week, and it fucking slaps. So,
It's
and this one's got Adam
like
Kirby.
the fact that they just keep on saying like this is a new Ghostface. It's like what? Because he has a gun.
Yeah, other Ghostfaces have guns. They've used them frequently.
Yeah,
It's interesting that the angle for this is there's something different about this Ghostface.
Yeah, because he's not in Woodsboro. But the second one wasn't set in Woodsboro.
No, I mean I'm relatively up for this. I really hope they don't play on the lead girl's like, oh, her dad was a serial killer, so does the apple fall far from the tree stuff. Like that grated on me, particularly on the second watch. And I'm a little wary about that. Also, I'll be honest, I do kind of wonder whether they've gone, fuck, we made the wrong sister the lead. We've got Jenna Ortega right here. And even though, then again, I mean, this was filmed pre-Wednesday, but man, like, I bet Jenna Ortega's like, right, how many of these do I have to do now? How many am I contracted for? I could see one of them being killed off in this.
Yeah. You mean they keep Jenna Ortega and the one gets killed off?
I could see it.
I could see it, actually.
I could see it.
That's a good point, actually, that. I just thought it was a bit...
Let's be honest, Melissa Barrera doesn't really bring much to the table, does she?
I literally can't remember her.
Yeah, exactly.
And she was the lead.
I watched it
and she was
less than a week ago, and she's essentially a blank space in my brain.
And she was not great in The Heights as well.
That film's shit, though.
I just think it looks a little bit... It was a big old shrug of a trailer for me.
Yeah. I think if this was the first, like, new one, I would be quite underwhelmed. But I really liked the reboot with Jenna Ortega.
But did we watch it this time last year?
Yeah, it came out January.
It feels quick. That.
Yeah, but you don't want
It
to.
do-
You don't want to fucking hang about, do you?
Maybe not. No, it's maybe not quick, but it feels a bit quick.
Yeah, I mean, look, hey, in terms of production, it's not really quick because it was like basically they had to shut down for COVID and blah blah blah. So obviously they just had this kind of ready to go because they probably wrote it during lockdowns. And the last one was a success. It's gonna be a pretty easy moneymaker, and I look forward to it. My rewatch of last year's Scream, it went down a peg for me. I'm glad you still liked it as much as you did.
It went up for me, to be perfectly honest.
Nice.
I do wish they'd killed off Courtney Cox or Nev Campbell rather than David Arquette. David Arquette? Yeah. And kept him as a character to then use, because he's a much better character than either of them two. Like Sydney Prescott, she might be a final girl, but she's not a great character.
I kind of wonder, knowing what they know now about, like, okay, well, we're not going to offer Neve Campbell the money that she wants, whether if they'd done that knowing this, whether they would have just killed off Sydney in it.
Yeah, I think that would have had more impact as well, and I think Dewey gives you more going forward. I remember when it first came out, there was a lot of conversation about them trying to humanise Billy. Is it Billy?
Yeah.
Through her, like, flashbacks of him or whatever, or him talking to her. And it kind of like locked in my brain this time. Well, of course she would humanise him as her daughter. She's not going to want to think of her dad as a complete monster. So it's not really, that's not him. That's her thinking of him. So that kind of made a bit more sense to me on a rewatch because I had more room to think about it. But
okay, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a really good reboot, and I think I'm looking forward to the sequel. So yeah, keen.
Nice.
Yeah. Any others? Because it seems like it's been a bit of a short week.
I think that was it. Those are the only two that I remember.
Because Mark didn't want to watch it because it was about a baby. Did you watch the Baby Ruby trailer last week, Ian?
What's Baby Ruby?
It's like a horror movie.
No.
With a baby. But
Is it called Ruby?
Yeah, it is, yeah. But the trailer was out last week, but obviously I didn't get home in time to watch it. Or some bullshit, anyway.
No, that sounds right. Yeah.
The tightly scripted world of a vlogger and influencer unravels as she becomes a mother in noted playwright Bess Wall's feature debut. It essentially seems like it's like some kind of psychological thriller based around postpartum depression. And it looks really fucking good.
Okay, that's an interesting angle.
Yeah. Because I think it's one of those topics that people... They talk about up to a certain point, don't they? But I don't think people talk about just how debilitating it can be. Whereas this seems to be going, alright, shit can get real weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, give it a watch when you get a second.
Okay, cool.
That's it, I think, trailers-wise.
Cool. Right, fucking hell, we're barreling through this a bit quicker than I thought we would do.
We've got lists to get to.
We do have lists to get through.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit to get through.
Right, so let's fucking crack on. Let's fucking go. Babylon.
Bellissimo, bellissimo. Next time, try softer, okay? But why, my darling Pierre? Why? What? Well, hey, move that microphone 45 degrees, okay? That one neutral, okay? A ver, no. Hey, amigo, it's not Manuel, it's Manny. Manny Torres, okay? Yeah. Okay, vamos, ya, vamos. Let's roll, people. Let's go. Take two.
Is written and directed by Damien Chazelle and stars Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Diego Calvar, and a bunch of other people crop up as the film goes along, including a weird Tobey Maguire. What does IMDb say it's a boot?
Toby Elijah Maguire Wood, as I called him earlier.
Yes, can you remember which one it was?
Yeah.
A tale of outsized ambition and outrageous excess, it traces the rise and fall of multiple characters during an era of unbridled decadence and depravity in early Hollywood. Right. We've all been looking forward to Babylon, to certain degrees. And, yeah. Becky, what did you think of Babylon?
Well, I asked you, I think this highlights how I felt about Babylon. I asked you if I could put it in two different categories for our lists. Best picture for the first hour and most disappointing for the second couple. And you said no. So that really kind of highlights it. Ian, you messaged us the other day about Babylon, and I was watching the start of this, and I was thinking, what the fuck's Ian on about? He's fucking mental. This film is going to have to really, really work to not be in my top 10 of the year. Boy, does it put a shift in. Because the final well, no, the whole of the last 2 hours, I would say, are just boring as fuck. Baggy, slow, unengaging, and just crap. And it just made me really sad. Because if this was 3 hours of that first section of the movie, this would have been competing for my top movie of the year. This starts so strong. And then just shits all over itself.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I've been on a bit of a journey with Babylon. My letterbox rating has gone from a 2 to a 3.5. It's never, ever, ever going above a 3.5. This film is offensively long.
Yeah.
For what is actually in it. There is so much stuff in it that you could. There are characters you could cut out. And the thing is, he's obviously trying to do a grand tale of old Hollywood and like bringing up and referencing all sorts of factors, like the trumpeter character, the lesbian relationship, or the bisexual relationship. But it like those two characters at the center of those basically bring nothing to the overall impact of the film. When the film is trying to do them, but is also focusing on Calvert, Robbie, and Pitt. Robbie, it is increasingly one trick for me. And I found her character incredibly grating.
Yeah.
And I did not... And there's not enough with her and Calvert to sell what it's trying to have you buy in the last hour or so. I do not get why Calvert helps her in that situation, other than he like very, very badly wants to fuck her,
Yeah,
but
they
then
did
never
coke
does.
together that one time in a basement, and she's pretty. That's his motivators.
Yeah. But saying all this, I think it's got some incredible standout bits. The first half hour, the first hour is banging, like you say. Also, I think that the dueling productions kind of the sequence is great. The sound sequence, and the guy who plays the assistant director, PJ Byrne, is so good in that sequence when he finally just kicks off at the end.
Yeah.
It is ace. And it's also got one of the best jokes involving a fart that I've ever seen.
Oh, a guy in our screening fucking loved that.
Like, I mean, just
Was it you?
The two guys
absolutely
loved it.
incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. So, yeah, the thing, it's got moments. Oh, also, Brad Pitt, that character arc was brutal. Like,
Yeah.
when he kisses his wife and it's just like, oh, I'm going to go upstairs. It's like, oh, God.
Yeah, you know where he's
Why?
going, don't you?
He's gonna kill himself, and I don't understand why. Okay, fine. He's starring in shit, but his wife loves him.
Does she though? Because she's one of a string of wives. I think that's supposed to be the thing. His life is empty, and everything in it is transient, with the exception of him being a beloved movie star. And that is gone now, so he has nothing left.
It's the thing is, he only has hill to roll down.
Yeah.
He's climbed to the top of it, and I think he's just it's the line he says before is the I'm just tired.
Yeah, when he's talking to Faye.
Yeah.
And he's like, another script, another movie, another relationship, another breakup.
Yeah.
I'm just tired.
I think it's just can I be asked to do this, or I have reached the pinnacle of what I can ever do. And do you know what? I just can't be asked to do it.
But he's already on the downward slope because,
And he's not. It's not. That's it. It's not. Nothing holds any glee for him anymore.
That's it. This film is saved by Brad Pitt and Brad Pitt as an actor and his talent, and Brad Pitt's character.
And just to say, I just think I almost think it would have been more effective if Brad Pitt's last scene was Max Minghella calling him and him going like, just be honest with me. Am I getting you out of a spot? And is it a pile of shit? And then it's just like, right, he's just accepted his lot that he's going to make shit for life. And then, like, if it was like a headline came up at the end saying like, old famous actor found dead at 50 something. I don't know. Just the whole way that it's like building up, like the one shot going up the stairs all the way through. I'm thinking like, it's just going to kill himself. Just get on with it then. All right, fine. Just surprise me, please. Oh no, you've just done that. Also, sorry, I'm going to finish my monologue. The end sequence, which Chazelle said, like, the whole montage stuff was a relatively late addition, I think was a massive fucking mistake. It makes the whole film feel like it's got ideas above its station. It comes off as just incredibly fucking smug, which I know is not what he was going for. But and also Avatar, fuck's sake, I don't need any Avatar in my Babylon. But it's interesting. I was listening to an interview with Chazelle last week, and there is just a bit of an air with him of, I'm doing my thing, I'm celebrating the love of cinema. If people don't like it, they can fuck off. They're like, and
well done.
I
People
get
don't seem
that.
to like it, so you achieved what you wanted.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like that ending, him watching Singing in the Rain, panning over all the people, like, laughing and loving Singing in the Rain, and then him crying at it is enough.
The thing is, though, there's so many points at which this film should have stopped. You know,
not just finished, stopped.
Just fucking stop. I mean,
just
it
you stopped.
Stopped when what was the cut-off point you said when he slicked his hair back?
No, I didn't say that. No, I said the movie becomes a different movie at a very specific point, and there is a marker within that where it becomes a very, very different movie.
Yeah.
And it is when Manny starts slicking his hair back, it does become a different movie.
Yeah.
It shifts
So
very-
even if we're being generous and saying that after Manny slicks his hair back, it can have all its bloated bullshit, it should have ended when Brad Pitt shot himself. Then it should have ended when she walked off in... You know, if it wasn't going to end then, it should have ended when she walked off into the night. And then, if it wasn't going to end there, it should have ended when he was watching Singing in the Rain. If they were then going to have that montage of more modern movies, it should have ended at the end of that. Instead of then going back to him. What's that? He's sat there... What's that supposed to signify? He's sat there imagining all the future of movies. That's absolute bullshit. Why go back to him at that point? There's so many points at which they should have just gone, right, yeah, we're done now. It has too many different movies. It's fucking Lord of the Rings.
The montage bit, I'll concede, I think is a... I think if there ends up being a director's cut of Babylon in a couple of years' time, I think the montage bit will have been taken out.
Also, yeah. Oh God, sorry. Her walking off into the night. I don't know. It's just such a... I don't really know what to do with this character, and also when that guy bursts in and shoots Manny's mate and his roommate, and Manny pisses himself. I genuinely... Why did he not shoot him? Because he pissed himself. Like, this is the thing. It's just...
The thing is, it is... Well, I don't know why he doesn't shoot him, unless he just likes him.
The bit with the Margot Robbie was because she says earlier in the film, doesn't she? At the end of it all, I'm just going to fucking dance my ass off into the distance and no one will ever see me again. That's a callback. It's an unnecessary callback, and she's finally found something that could save her and make her happy, and she fucking walks away from it like a cunt, like the cunt of a character she is.
It's the opposite.
But you're supposed to love her.
It's the opposite.
She's real.
Of them driving off into the sunset. That's what it is. It's the opposite of them driving off into the sunset. It is her fucking essentially fucking dancing off into oblivion.
Mark, what do you think? I get the sense you liked it more than both of us.
Yeah, I really liked it. It's a propulsion. At the start, it just absolutely just fucking goes for it. Where it was never going to be able to keep up the pace the first hour for 3 hours, just because you would have people having heart attacks trying to fucking watch the damn thing.
But the thing is, this is what I said to you when we came out. If they'd condensed it, it could have kept up a decent pace, still told the story, but being less boring. And got the time down.
I don't agree. I think that the opening has to be like that because it's showing you, it gets the blood pumping, it's showing you the debauchery and the excess and the kind of like the the ridiculousness that this created, because at the time the movies were seen, and it literally tells you within the film later on, movies were seen as a lower form of art. They weren't seen as art, they were just entertainment for the lower classes. You know, in a different time when, you know, entertainment wasn't for the lower classes. You know, and that's what it was. And the thing is, they're not showing you a lot of these guys, you know, making, like, they're not showing you Chaplin or Buster Keaton and people like that, but they try to show you the more fucking seedier side of the silent movies that isn't now celebrated. You know, fucking Criterion don't release those movies that are there. It's showing you that it was a time of known decadence and debauchery, but it has to do that, so later on it can start having the element of, well, no, this is when we had to start making it a more respectable thing. And it was starting to be, it was right, well, now it's a big business rather than just a business that exists there.
Yeah.
It now has to abide by these, you know, and not only that, you had the, you know, societal reforms after the Great Depression and bits like that, where, you know, conservatism was starting to come in. You had the precursor to, you know, essentially movies, you know, having, you know, being censored. You know, that was coming up and bits like that. I don't think it's a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination, and it is. You are watching it going, okay, so this is Chazelle's fucking New York, Heaven's Gate, without question. That he's got too much control and too much freedom to do what the fuck he wants, and he is abso-fucking-lutely going for it. And the thing is, if you are along for the fucking ride, then I think you will get more out of it. If it doesn't, if you aren't along for the ride, or the ride slows down too much that you go, do you know what, I can't be arsed with this anymore, I'm gonna get off now. Then fair fucking enough. It is not a film that I'm going to say, no, people who are criticising it are wrong, because I don't think they are. You know, there are good points raised that have both been raised for what is wrong with this film, and I actually agree with all of those. But
you were in the camp.
I was in the fucking camp.
Hey, yeah. Hey, look, it's a subjective thing, isn't it? It's just like I recognise its faults. I don't care. Fair play.
I could have watched this. It's 3 hours long. You could have tacked a fucking another hour on.
Oh, mate.
And
all right, good for you, but no.
I'd have still fucking watched it.
I'd have left you to it.
That's fucking fine. That's fine. But I was enjoying spending time with this cavalcade of just shitty characters. If you want to talk about fucking Oscar snubs, and I don't, because I fucking hate the phrase Oscar snubs. People get nominated, people don't. That's the fucking way of the world. But Jean Smart is fantastic in this.
Who dat?
Yes, she is.
Her, a lot of the good of this movie is in the first 90 minutes. I will give you that. And I do think that for me, the first 90 minutes of this movie is 5 out of 5 fucking banger. And then the second 90 minutes is, for me anyway, maybe a 4, which is why it comes out at a 4.5 out of 5 for me. And the cut moment is when Manny starts slicking his hair back. Because he goes from being essentially Brad Pitt's PA, basically, to
He's
being
basically Brad Pitt's Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, he is. And I like that about that. And I like his and Brad Pitt's relationship. He becomes almost less of an interesting character when he's not being bounced off Brad Pitt there. But then you've got the scene between Brad Pitt and Jean Smart where he goes to chew her out.
Yeah.
But like not in a fucking sit down and how the fuck could you write this? Just a come on. To her basically going, just delivering him some home truths and him going, yeah, fair enough. and then walking off.
Yeah.
And then just, I think he literally, as he walks off, says, thank you for that. Because she's right. And she's fantastic in that scene.
Do you know what? The thing is, I'm fully aware that the reason why I'm so angry at this movie is because it starts so strong.
Yeah.
There's the promise of, you sat there like, we are in for a fucking ride, this is going to be amazing. And then it just fucking stalls and never restarts again. And it's really, No, go on.
No, continue on.
It's just really disappointing.
But I never had that moment with it though. It never lost me. I never got off the train with it. I kept fucking going. I do agree the montage bit is a little bit like, oh, this is clumsy. It's clumsy, I think, is what it is. It's if you said that it was added late.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've added that late, and that wasn't your original idea, then you should have known for that it was a bad idea. Because you haven't thought, do you know what, this is going to look a little bit shitty and not make sense. What would have made more sense is, for a start, we didn't need the trumpet players where he went. You can cut that out. It's not really needed. I don't even think to an element you need fucking... I was thinking when Diego Calva goes back to fucking Hollywood, I was thinking, when it's panning around the cinema, I was thinking, oh, come on, don't show us him fucking going past like fucking Tobey Maguire or Ethan Suplee in the fucking cinema. And then he gets offed. Or that guy's there.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Thanks, Siri.
Neither do I.
But the way the movie should have ended, without the montage, with him fucking crying at the Singing in the Rain, and then that little coda bit it does at the end of the sort of reprise of the party at the beginning. And then again, you should have shot across the screen with Babylon again, and then just that should have been it.
Nah, see that after the montage bit, after him crying, and then it starts showing clips of the movies you've just watched. That was indulgent.
Yeah, but I'm all right with the fucking movie that'd been indulgent at that point. I get that you wouldn't be, but I was all right as somebody who's enjoyed it with that and going, fuck it, fair fucking play, just show us more of this fucking debauched party that was at the start of it, blah blah. It's in terms of it being unnecessarily long. It essentially, almost aggressively, not wanting to get people to not like it. I found it very similar in that kind of tone to Under the Silver Lake.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Thanks, Siri. Fucking hell. You broken my Siri, Becky.
What, because you're wrong?
And I find it similar to that. Another film that most people hate and I fucking love.
It's quite good though, isn't it?
Under the Silver Lake's great, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where it differs.
Oh, right, I get it. You don't like it.
Disappointed in it.
Yeah, well, fuck you guys, because I really like it.
We have. It's a
I know the fuck you guys thing was a joke. It's more a fuck you, Becky. Think of that.
I've gone up to definitely not shit, but I'm like literally, I could actually see myself never watching it again, and it is emphatically 7 out of 10 and nothing more than that.
I could see myself going to see this at the cinema again.
Fuck, I don't have enough time in my life.
I don't, but I could see myself going to the cinema again to watch this. Mainly because I have tomorrow off, and I'm thinking I could.
But why would you? It's 4 hours out of your day.
Because I liked it. I liked it. I like a movie that has the fucking chutzpah to go, do you know what? Let's put the fucking title card like 40 minutes into the fucking movie.
Yeah.
So you're shit, I'm guessing, Becky.
I'm Tyra Banks meme.
You're Tyra Banks meme.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I'm definitely not shit. It's actually moved up in my order on what is it?
Dear me.
On my end of year list as a as a sneaky little, what's it, insight into what's going to come up there. So yeah, our audience poll, definitely not shit, 67%, and touching cloth, 33%.
Nice.
Hey Hannah, I think you really can't beat a good rewatch of a TV show. Would you agree with that, love?
Oh, yes, I would.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think during, global pandemics, storms, all of these things, it's quite nice to just sit down and burn through something that you've seen a million times.
Absolutely, nothing like a binge watch.
Star Trek.
Babylon 5.
Because you could sit there for hours looking at serial killer documentaries.
Absolutely, that doesn't
Netflix.
make you a weird person at all.
It doesn't. Yeah, you could watch documentaries that all seem to be about women killing men.
Love you, darling.
You could put off watching Daredevil for the 30th time.
Harry Potter.
But really, you can't beat immersing yourself in the warm jumper of a rewatch of a show or a franchise. A beloved franchise.
Lord of the Rings.
Twin Peaks. From VHS compilations recorded off television with the ad breaks, cut out of course, to DVD box sets of Sex and the City and, I don't know, Smallville.
Farscape.
Quantum Leap. To giving up finding new content on Netflix and just having a comfort trawl through Star Trek The Next Generation or Parks and Recreation. I think that we can all agree.
There's a lot to be said for that.
You can't beat a good rewatch. So, with that in mind, join
Hannah
and Mike from Chinstroker vs. Spencer as we burn through some of our favourite franchises and share our immediate reactions to each instalment in both spoiler and non-spoiler sections. To do that, do a search for the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whichever your favourite podcast provider may be, or go directly to anchor.fm/rewatch project. We are proud members of the Pod Syndicate family of podcasts.
I never met nobody like you. Had friends and I've had buddies. It's true, but they don't turn my tummy the way you do. I never met nobody like you.
Right. Are we fucking ready, people?
I am.
You?
Yeah.
Right. So, anybody who's a new listener, for our end of year year in review lists, we do best of. We do our 10 best of, our 10 worst of. We do our 5 surprises, biggest surprises, and our 5 biggest disappointments. Surprises and disappointments cannot also appear on another list. So your disappointment can't be on your worst, your surprises can't be on your bests. We will do it as we normally do, where we will go 10, 9, 8, and then we will do disappointments. And then we will do 7, 6, 5, and we will do surprises. And then we'll do 4, 3, 2, worsts, and then our number ones. I think before our number ones, me and Ian usually do our 22-11s as well.
Okay.
That's
That's fine.
Or do we do that before?
I think we usually do it
Do we
before.
do it before? Fuck it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Before then, Ian, do you want to go from your 22-11?
Yes, indeed. Okay, so my number 20 was Resurrection, Rebecca Hall, Step on Me. 19, Barbarian, one of the best times I had at the cinema this year. 18, Jackass Forever, they did it. 17, Holy Spider. Mubi have picked this up. It is, I think it literally comes out in UK cinemas this Friday. It's going to be limited release. Uncompromisingly bleak film, but very powerful. 16 is... 16? Yeah. She Said. Good. She Said is good. 15, Triangle of Sadness. 14, The Banshees of Inisherin. 13, The Fablemans. 12, Fresh. And my 11 is The Northman.
Nice. Right. My 20 to 11. Number 20, Moonfall. Number 19, Clerks 3. Number 18, Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. 17, Bardo. At 16, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. 15, The Menu. 14, Fall. 13, Step on Ian, Resurrection.
Hell yeah.
Number 12, Nope. And number 11, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Good.
Becky, do you want to start us with your number 10?
My number 10 good.
What?
My number 10 of
Yeah,
the
good.
ones.
I literally just explained the rules of this.
Yeah, I know, it sounded really confusing. My number 10 is Top Gun Maverick.
It's your number 10?
Yeah, as much as a fun ride as it is, it's not particularly weighty. I had a really good time with it. I think it's more of a nostalgia enjoyment than anything else. But I did fucking love it, so it squeaks in there. It nearly didn't, but then I had to have a little word with myself and say, no, you really enjoyed it. So yeah, number 10, Top Gun Maverick.
Fair play.
Fair play. Ian, what is your number 10?
My number 10 is Turning Red. So second viewing really did it for me on this one. I already really liked it. It's Pixar not doing a sequel and not doing a what if an emotion was an animal? What if a feeling was a cartoon character? It's a mix of women celebrating a culture, celebrating what's great about being a girl just entering puberty, and is very funny, very entertaining, very charming, and it's got some really fun pop songs by Billie Eilish and her brother. I really, really like Turning Red. Pixar just every now and then, with like Luca as well, like they do some absolute bangers among what is a very uneven run these days. But Turning Red is a bit of a highlight for me for Pixar over the last few years. So yeah, number 10.
Nice. My number 10 is Elvis. I think we'll hear about this more going forward, won't we, Becky?
Oh, yeah. I wonder who's going to be talking about Elvis later.
But what I will say is it's for Baz Luhrmann for anybody to go out there and make an Elvis biopic. It's a big task. You've got to get it right. And then also for Baz Luhrmann, it's one of those where it almost feels too right. Like he is the right person to do it, but you're thinking, yeah, he's the right person to do it, but he's going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Because he's the right person to do it.
I remember being so nervous going to see this after we just watched all the other fucking Baz Luhrmann movies, and then gradually getting worse and worse and less restrained.
Yeah. And the thing is, he gets it. He gets it right. It's not a great Elvis biopic, but it's a very good film about Elvis, is what I would say there. And I watched it. It's the film I watched at the cinema twice this year, because I watched it with you, and then the following week I was visiting Noel in Manchester, and we went to see it again because Noel hadn't seen it, and I was like, I'm happy to go and see it again. So I watched it twice back to back, and I wasn't in any way kind of like, oh, I only watched this last week. During the screening, I was really enjoying it. Again on a rewatch, so I had a great time with it. Yeah, that was my number 10. What's your number 9, Rebecca?
My number 9 is Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
All right.
I just think the conceptually, like doing just a straight up biopic of him would have still been interesting, but the way that it just plays with the whole concept of a biopic, by changing the lyrics and keeping the tune, but I just think it's really fucking clever, and I think Daniel Radcliffe's really good in it.
Very good. Ian, what's your number 9?
Number 9 is Living. so the Bill Nighy led remake of Ikiru, which is just a lovely tribute to trying to do what you can in life to make things better for the people around you, and in the kind of like the ways that you can. Like, do you have to cure cancer? No. Can you just do something nice like get a playground for kids off the ground if you're in the position to do it? Yeah. Nighy is really, really wonderful in it. Just so soft spoken and heartbreaking. Like, never ever has a big scene. It's just good, understated stuff. Entire cast is lovely, and it's got a great look to it as well. It's a very small film, and I'm very glad that it picked up a couple of Oscar nominations, because it easily could have gotten shoved under the carpet a little bit. But just a lovely little bit of work. Very, very well intentioned, and I left the cinema just with a bit of a buzz after watching it. So yeah, Living, really, really good. Glad I found a place for it.
Yeah, very much. One of the films that I'm a little bit annoyed that I didn't get round to before our end of year list, because everybody whose movie opinion I trust has spoken very, very highly of it, which makes me a lot more excited about it.
Yeah, I'm keen to see it. It's definitely on the list of ones to watch before the Oscars, isn't it?
Oh, without question, yeah. My number 9 is The Northman. I'm not a big computer game player, but this feels a bit like a computer game that I would probably not enjoy playing, but I would enjoy someone telling me about.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it feels quite a lot like God of War, which I bought you a copy of.
The thing is, I have intentions to play computer games, but I struggle with them.
You're not good with story-based ones, are you? Because you don't come back to them consistently. So there could be like a big gap between when you'll play and when you'll play again. Then you forget all the controls and the story.
That.
Whereas FIFA, it's just like, we're playing football again.
But even FIFA, I just don't really care about anymore. I think I just don't care about gaming. My issue is, it's a thing. Modern gaming, gaming has outgrown me. It's moved beyond where I can be with it.
I think that's why I'm enjoying Devil May Cry 5 as much as I am, because it's just like playing Devil May Cry.
But you got that on the old PlayStation Plus, have you?
But I was in
nice.
in the room when you first started playing that, and I was reading. Well, I can't read. What was I doing? So much the film, my iPad.
I don't know what you read. You can't be reading. You can't read.
I know. Seems weird. But I was in the room, and it did seem like you were playing it for like 40 minutes before you actually fucking played it. I
explained this to you. There is a recap on there of the first 4 games.
Why did you need it previously on a game?
Because there's a lot of mythology in the Devil May Cry world about the demons and the brothers and the people that are with them.
Do you know what? I'd much prefer to watch The Northman and pretend it's a game I'm playing. Hold the controller.
Fair enough.
Pretend you have an attention span.
Yeah. And I have a great attention span. That's why I can watch movies and not get bored.
Yeah, movies are like 2 hours long. Games are like...
That's not about attention span.
Eh?
That's not about attention span.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You don't have the attention span to hold a story in your brain for that long.
It's not about that. I just get bored of watching cutscenes.
You're an idiot.
I prefer to watch an entire cutscene and just call it, a movie. For that there. Yes, I like that. The sequence within the ship bit where it's him fighting a ghost.
That's really good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is bloody good.
Yeah. And I think an issue with it is that scene is better than the end scene. But the end scene is batshit, which is just 2 dickheads having a fight at a volcano.
Yeah.
So that was my number 9. What's your number 8, Rebecca?
My number 8 is The Banshees of Inisherin.
Alright.
Ian had his in his 11 to 20.
I know.
I really enjoyed it. I think your explanation of what it's actually about is fine, but if you don't get that reference, it weakens the movie, and you shouldn't need to have that context to understand the movie. It should either stand alone or explain itself a little bit better. But I think all the performances are really good. I know you think Colin Farrell's is particularly strong. I think his supporting cast is probably stronger. Because I think Barry Keoghan, Kerry Condon and Brendan Gleeson are all really, really fucking good. Whereas I think, and yes, he is supposed to just be the kind of central point that all these things float around, and they have more to do than him, but they have more to do than him. So they're more striking as performances. So, what?
But he also gets 2 of the 3 big moments within the movie.
That's fine, and when you get to it in your list, you can talk about that.
Okay, I fucking will.
Stop interrupting me.
I'm not, I put my hand up and waited.
But yeah, despite the fact that I don't think it's a fucking 5-star banger in the movie of the year, I still think it's very, very good. So, yeah.
Fine. My number 8 is Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Nice.
Just had a great time with it.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
I like the fact that apart from the fact that he is Weird Al and he plays the accordion, none of the rest of it is fucking true. And I really enjoyed that. I love the fact that Emma Rachel Wood turns up as Madonna and Madonna just ends up becoming a drug lord.
Yeah, and in real life, didn't you meet once for 5 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently, when they contacted Madonna about doing this, her response was, "I don't care." Just, I don't care.
Yeah, well, she's gone fucking weird, hasn't she?
Yeah, I again love the fact that that Daniel Radcliffe decided to get ripped for this movie.
For no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah.
They just thought it would be funny if Weird Al was ripped.
Good.
It's great.
And it's just, again, I love the fact that Weird Al, that Daniel Radcliffe is just out there doing this fucking weird shit. Just doing whatever he thinks is going to be fun.
Yeah. It's such a... there's so many, quotable moments in it as well.
Yeah.
The one day I'm going to be the best, or perhaps not technically the best, but arguably the most famous accordion player in an extremely specific genre of music.
And then it comes
and
back.
that comes up a few times,
Yeah. It's just a great amount of fucking fun. I mean, the Thomas Lennon as the accordion salesperson and his dad beating the living hell out of him.
Yeah, that's so uncomfortable as well. Then the music, any background music, stops as well, doesn't it? While he's getting,
It's just the accordion just blaring out.
Yeah.
Yeah, great fucking time. Number 8 film of the year level of good time. So yeah, fuck how we rattle through them a little bit fucking quick.
I haven't done my number 8, mind.
Did I jump ahead of you there, Ian?
Don't worry.
I'm really sorry about that. I genuinely didn't realise I jumped ahead of you. Sorry about that.
Ian,
what's your number 8?
All right.
Number 8.
I feel really bad now.
He'll get
That's
over
right.
it. He'll just take another CBD gummy. He'll be living his best life.
Yeah, that's true. My number 8 is Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. I just was supremely entertained by it. I thought it was clever. I thought it was of the day. A lot of people don't seem to vibe with it, and the critical consensus turning against it was kind of interesting, considering in a press screening full of ostensible critics that I saw it in, everybody was fucking laughing their asses off. So, but yeah,
It's once you have to stop cool points on the internet, it changes.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, once it was determined, you're going to lose cool points if you like Glass Onion, then it changed. But no, I thought it was clever. Thought it was really entertaining. It surprised me. It was smarter than me, which I also think a lot of people don't like. And
yes, that's a very good point. That people don't like to feel that a movie's smarter than them when, let's face it, a lot of movies are smarter than most people.
Yeah, and the characters are broad, but they were in Knives Out as well, and everybody fucking loved that. So there you go, number 8, Glass Onion, really entertaining.
Becky, we're going to move on to our surprises. Sorry, our disappointments.
Our disappointment.
Yes. So rather than going back and forth with this,
Yeah.
we're just going to go through the 5.
Okay.
Just because it's going to be a lot of bounce around there.
Yeah, so disappointments is a weird category, isn't it? It's not
You don't
it's not
necessarily
necessarily
think they're bad,
bad, but it's just ones that you had too high hopes for.
Yes.
So my number 5 is Firestarter. It's a good story. It's the what's her name?
Kid.
Hey?
Kid.
No. Drew Barrymore. The Drew Barrymore adaptation from ages ago is a decent enough time. But it was one of... No, yeah, it's not great. It's a decent enough time, I think, if you've read the book, the story. And it's one of those that was... You know, they remake some things and it's like, well, it's already good. Why not remake the shit ones? Well, this was one of the shitter ones to remake. And I really expected this to be at least better than the Drew Barrymore one. And it is so fucking weak that it was just like drinking weak dilute. Like dilute that you would make.
I make dilute in the correct way you should make dilute juice.
No, you don't. But yeah, it's just so fucking. It barely scratches the surface of its own story, and you just come out of it going, "All right, okay, that happened for the last few hours. Cool." So it could have just been so much better. Even like the source material isn't the strongest Stephen King written. I will concede to that, but you can take that as a jumping off point.
Was it Cocaine King?
It might have been. I'm going to write a book about a stapler. Period. King. Yeah. But you know, Shawshank Redemption is a short story, as is Stand By Me. Some of his best movies are based off skeletal material that is then fleshed out. The same could have been done with Firestarter. There's a story in there. There's a movie in there that is better than that fucking piece of shit that we got. My number 4 is Deepwater. Michael again. This could have been so good. Like an erotic psychological thriller starring Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas, who were in a relationship at the time that it was made.
Yeah.
Why was this so fucking shit? There is just no reasoning behind it. But as it'll come up again, I will move on. My number 3 is Crimes of the Future.
Michael again.
Not because I necessarily thought it was bad, because I did quite like it. Well, like's maybe the wrong word. I appreciated it, but I had such high hopes for it that I don't think it was ever going to live up to it. But it looked like it was like, you know, going back to the heyday of, and it didn't. My number 2 is Babylon. I'm so sorry.
Even the cat's trying to put his hand up your mouth right now.
No, it's not.
Is that the
It's
cat?
making that weird
Squeaking noise.
Squeaking noise, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
He's yeah. I had really high hopes for it based off of the trailer. Then I had really high hopes for it based off of the first hour, and then it just shattered my dreams. So that's why that's number 2. And then my most disappointing movie of the year is Don't Worry Darling.
Might come up again.
Because
Might come up again.
that trailer made it look so fucking good.
Yeah.
So fucking good. Like, I'd rather watch the trailer over and over again than ever watch that movie again. And it had pew pew pew, and she's, you know, Harry Styles is a charismatic presence. Chris Pine's
Charismatic
in
Styles
there.
is a charismatic presence on stage.
Yeah. And then you knew, didn't you? You could feel your hope getting stripped away as you got closer and closer to the release date with all the stuff that was coming out about it. And you just knew, but you were still hanging on to a thread of hope. And then it was just like, nah, your instincts were right. It's a piece of shit. It's not as weird as the trailer makes it look. It's not as important as it thinks it is. It doesn't have a message that's of any kind of coherent execution. It's just shit.
Ian, what are your 5 biggest movie disappointments of 2022?
So my number 5 is After Sun, just because everybody said it was great. I think I think it's fine, but
just like
look,
not the fucking why is it been nominated for Best Picture film?
If the internet's boyfriend wasn't in it, I genuinely don't think people would have seen
I
it
thought that was
or would care
Keanu.
about
Is
it.
he not the internet?
No, he's the internet's daddy.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good distinction. And number 4 is Don't Worry Darling. Like you said, Bex, that trailer, that first trailer was great. Started getting a bit worried with the second trailer, and then it was that film. I mean, like, I kind of shouldn't have been surprised because I'm obviously not on Olivia Wilde's wavelength. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's a mid-budget studio film with a kind of like a sci-fi concept starring young, hot people. It should be better than what it is. So, yeah. My number 3 is Disenchanted. The Enchanted sequel that genuinely, like, Donna had been waiting, like, 15 years for, and it's just such a wet fart of a film. Musical numbers that are just go in one ear and out the other. Amy Adams, like, basically doing a photocopy version of the character from the first one, and just a bit of a lack of production value, and it's really long as well. It's a marked step down.
From everything I've heard of this, I think you said it as well, Ian, that it felt lazy. It felt like all they had to do was just show up and put out whatever they want, and people would go, oh, brilliant.
It's really the minimum version of what you'd expect that film to be. Maya Rudolph is decent as the bad guy. I'll say that. She's all right.
Eminem's Maya Rudolph.
But then also the bad guy is also Amy Adams. It's really fucking messy. My number 2 is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Because this is Sam Raimi.
It's fair.
Yeah.
You expected more.
It has its moments. The idea of him kind of like almost like jumping into the corpse of the one multiverse Doctor Strange and like kind of like raising it from the dead and all that kind of stuff, great. You've got some Sam Raimi kind of like shots in there every now and then, but it also needs to be an MCU film, and quite a convoluted one at that. Was a shame. My number 1 disappointment, to be like very, very nearly was in my worst, but I kind of decided that it was more disappointing than worst. Dashcam.
I forgot Dashcam was this year.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Really, really like Host. I'm really looking forward to Rob's new film, which was supposed to be going straight to streaming, is now getting a theatrical release based on test screenings, which is exciting. So The Bogeyman, Rob's new one, really, really looking forward to it. But I don't know what they were thinking with this, and I mean, like, it was Jed Shepard and Gemma Hurley as well, like wrote it. But it feels like they were in thrall to a really not nice person, and I really don't know what happened with this. Just a noxious film to watch, and I get that there was an intention behind that, but there was just a part of me that's just grow up.
Yeah. It's effectively one of my other lists that remembering that film was out this year.
Yeah, same. Thanks, Ian. Thanks for the reminder.
All right. What about you, Mark?
Okay, so my number 5 biggest disappointment was Deep Water. Again, an erotic thriller by Adrian Lin that stars Ben Affleck and Ana Armas. Should have been a lot better and a lot more tantalising. Then when it works out that it's actually a less erotic thriller, more a cuckold drama, and essentially we are viewing it as feeling a little bit like we're being cuckolded by the actual movie itself. It's a little bit like, and this film is aggressively long because it feels like it's a 3.5 hour movie and it's actually just under 2 hours for some reason.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. But I was disappointed. It's not fucking terrible. It's just not very good. Number 4, Crimes of the Future. I wanted to feel more towards it. I wanted it to either have made me feel icky or made me feel uncomfortable or made me think. And what it actually did was made me go, ugh, it's a bit boring, this. And that was about it. It's not bad. It's just, it's a bit, if we're talking about memes, it's a little bit Alan Partridge meme. It's just a bit.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, fair enough.
So what? And it is more of a, this is why digital photography isn't always great. It just looks, something icky shouldn't look that
clean. Yeah.
Sure.
And it just, those two things don't marry together. You can't have something icky that looks that shiny. It didn't. Yeah, no.
It's like which almost made my disappointment list, Hellraiser, where it's like it's weird coming from me, and I said it in the review. I wanted that film to be rougher visually than it was.
And it does. Movies like that should have they should look a little bit like they are. Resurrection does it. Resurrection's shot digitally, but it feels a little bit. The cinematography in it has that feeling of this is something that is a little bit. That feeling of the nasty. It has that video nasty feel to it. That feel of almost like, do you know what? I shouldn't be watching this. Not, this looks like an ITV drama. My number 3 is Thor, Love and Thunder. A movie that is the visual representation of its director being incredibly entertained by his own self.
That's fair.
And taking the entire cast along with him. It's a shame because Marvel finally, for the first time in a few movies, got a good villain, but he was in a different movie to what this movie is.
Yeah. Wasted.
And the problem is, the movie that the villain's in is a damn sight better than the movie that the rest of the cast are in. When it is funny, and occasionally it is funny, it's nowhere near as funny as the movie wants you to think it is. When the movie thinks it's fucking funny, it's just not that funny.
No.
And yeah, it also is tempered. I think it's also enhanced by the fact that because nobody was saying to Taika Waititi, "Oh my god, this is brilliant! It's one of the best new Marvel movies. I had so much fun," and it was like it wasn't what Ragnarok was for him, or bigger than Ragnarok was for him. He kind of very much went, don't give a fuck, don't like you anyway. It was a bit like that.
Yeah.
It was a bit like, wow, so you can take all of the praise in the world, but somebody fucking criticises you and you do not take it very well, do you, Taiki boy? Yeah, it's a little bit that the internet's favourite uncle did not respond to that very well.
He did not.
Number 2, biggest disappointments, is Cha Cha Real Smooth.
Oh God. Yeah.
I think you were only disappointed in this because it was an average movie and it had what's her face in it, Dakota Johnson, so you wanted her to get her tits out.
Johnson didn't get her Dakotas
Johnson
out.
did not
No,
get her
it's
Dakotas
true.
Is that why you were disappointed?
No, I'm not disappointed. There's plenty of movies I can watch where Johnson's Dakota ass is there, but it's just everybody. It's a little bit similar to the After Something with Ian.
Yeah.
Everybody was fucking raving about this, and then I watched it and went, "Oh, who's Cooper Wraith, and how did he get these people to be in this movie?
Yeah.
And why does he think that anybody gives a shit?" It's just that. It's not bad. It's perfectly all right, but it's very much a wait. Why do I care? And who allowed this man to make this movie? Because it does feel like he made a movie to basically go, look, I'm really nice. I'm nice enough to get Dakota Johnson, but I don't want to.
Oh, is it a nice guy movie?
It is an
It's a nice guy movie.
And you kind
He's
of
so nice, Bex. You wouldn't believe how fucking nice that guy is.
He is aggressively nice. He's so nice that when Dakota Johnson actually wants to sleep with him, he's like, "No, I don't want to do it. Too nice. No."
But then does he go on the internet and bitch about girls that don't like nice guys?
He probably would. In the sequel.
Just go for chads.
Yeah, which would probably be called Cha Cha Real fucking sandpaper on your balls.
Nice. It's a mouthful.
Yeah. Yes, probably not going to get picked up. And my number one, Don't Worry Darling. We should have worried. It's just, like you said, Ian, it's a high concept sci-fi with easily enough budget to make the movie by somebody who clearly has talent, with a cast of people who clearly have talent, but it gets the key thing wrong. The male lead might be a brilliant pop star and seems like an okay dude, but has no filmatic screen presence whatsoever. And constantly you are watching it going, you look like a boy.
The thing is, though, he's not the lead.
But he's the male lead. You look like a boy.
Yeah.
Whereas Florence Pugh looks like
A woman.
Oh. And it's that. I don't see why she would. He must be. The programme must have made him great at head. Just really fucking good at head. And that's it. It's just. The big reveal is kind of like, again, it's like, alright, fine.
Can't even remember what the big reveal was.
It's always like a programme.
Eh?
It's always like a programme, isn't it? Yeah. It's just... It should have been a lot better than it was, and it's not. And it does seem like it's because of the filmmaker rather than the film. So yeah. So back in the game of movies that we did like, Becky, what is your number 7 best movie of 2022?
My number 7 is The Menu.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Really fucking liked it. I thought the whole like central concept of like they've just all the chefs and everything have just gone, right, tonight's the night, we are fucking killing these fuckers, tonight we're gonna do it. And like the rest of the time they've been serving just normal like set menus to people and that's how they've got this reputation. And then tonight's the night.
I'm trying to think that said that the John Leguizamo character at one point was going to be Daniel Radcliffe.
That would have been funny.
That would have been
But
interesting.
he was going to play Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh,
Wow,
yes,
really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that'd
the
be
movie,
fun.
I believe, that he didn't like was Swiss Army Man.
Oh, it's great, Swiss Army Man.
That turned him against him was Swiss Army Man. Apparently, that was going to be it. But for some reason, they couldn't quite make it work, so they decided to go for a fictional character.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit, Leguizamo's
Leguizamo's great in it, yeah.
It's just fucking great, and it's clever, but it's not condescending, and it's beautifully acted by everybody involved. and at the end they get turned into s'mores while she eats a takeout cheeseburger. What's
Oh,
not to
yeah.
love?
Yeah, fucking fair play, mate. It probably should be higher on my fucking list, actually.
That's a great
Fucking
call.
good shout, that. Yeah, it's the 15 on mine, but yeah, you're right. Ian, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is Ty West's Pearl.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, it just really, really kind of blew me away. I haven't rewatched X, and at this point in time, it wouldn't be anywhere near my top 20. But Pearl, it's just Mia Goth just doing some bravura shit, some just incredible kills in it. The Technicolor, like, cinematography aspect of
really
it,
fun, isn't it?
coupled with what is actually happening on screen, is ace. And it's got that kind of, like, that slightly depraved angle that X has got, but I think the filmmaking style and the performance is just leagues better. Really, really blown away by Pearl, and
That monologue as well.
Exactly. Yeah, and the monologue's absolutely banging.
The final shot.
And I mean, like, you know, yeah, absolutely. Just to say, the Rebecca Hall monologue in Resurrection is awesome as well, and just like every now and then cutting back to that woman, just like looking at her, just like, what the fuck. But yeah, Pearl. But actually, both have people thinking, what the fuck. Brilliant. Really looking forward to Maxine. Good. Yeah, good on Ty West and Mia Goth.
Yeah, they've managed to have a really good comeback this year by throwing out 2 really interesting movies and seems to be very much in a groove.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 7 is Ambu LA Ants. Just a fucking really good time. That's kind of all I've got to say on it. It's just fun. It's a good time. It's Bay doing what Bay does best.
You really like this movie.
I really like this movie, yeah. It's high octane. It's a proper fucking action thriller that is... It's not relying on, well, let's go to fucking space. It's not relying on it being about a superhero. It's not relying on it being about a toy that has balls. It's all of these things. It is just, no, fuck it. I'm going to go back to what made me. And I'm going to bring fucking Jakey G in a roll neck with me. and I enjoy how much Jake Gyllenhaal enjoys being in movies at the moment. And he seems like he was having a great time in this. It's just fucking fun. And it's, again, there was one of 2 movies, and I can't remember the other movie, that used drones a lot. And the other one is, I can't... Emancipation, that's it.
They didn't have drones back in those days.
And
Sure, I understand.
thank you, Siri. Fucking hell. Is the Anton Fuqua must have watched Ambulance, and watched it and gone, shit, because Bay just uses them better.
What was that other Jake Gyllenhaal film that came out this year? The Netflix one.
Guilty.
Oh, The Guilty.
That was last year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Ambu LA Ants is my number 7. What's your number 6, Rebecca?
My number 6 is 13 Lives.
All right.
Wow.
Really, really enjoyed 13. Well, enjoyed. Appreciated.
You're allowed to enjoy
I
it.
don't know, because it's so fucking tense, though, that you don't really enjoy it, do you? We've all seen it, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think the way that it keeps the tension up of what's going on in that fucking cave, and the way and the way that it kind of has you feeling like you're in the tunnels with them as they're going to try and rescue the boys, it's just really skillfully done. And it's just, you're watching it like, there's no way they're getting these boys, all of them out. If like I didn't, you don't know the full I vaguely knew of the story because I knew of it largely, I think, through the Elon Musk what a fucking cunt connection at the time. But I didn't know how it panned out at the end. And you watch it, then there's no way they're getting all of these boys out. And then when they do, it's like proper like punch the air moment. And I just really fucking loved it. It's got like the cheesy happy ending payoff, but it's true.
It was one of those films where I watched. I was like, do you know what? This is better than I expected this movie to actually be.
Yeah.
It's more entertaining than I expected this movie to be. Ron Howard managed to make a kind of almost backdrafty and entertainment movie,
like a Hollywood
out of this.
not adventure, like an actiony kind of movie out of some boys being trapped in a flooded cave.
Yeah, which I think had they all fucking died, you probably wouldn't have been able to do that.
Oh no.
But yeah.
But yeah, it really like it affected me more than I anticipated.
Cool. Ian, what's your number 6?
Number 6 is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I think it's a just lovingly crafted bit of work that adapts Pinocchio with new shit. Pinocchio's a little dickhead.
Yeah.
Geppetto doesn't really like him that much, and they have to learn to like each other, which I enjoy. I think that Jiminy Cricket in it is great. It's Pinocchio with a Del Toro lens, and it makes it a film worth watching and worth giving a shit about, at least for me. And yeah, I was just really, really taken with it. I think the things that it's got to say about, being disruptive in the right moments is just very different. Yeah, and I mean, I suppose it's very much in the light of the other Pinocchio as well. But I just think it's a wonderful bit of work, and I'm looking forward to it winning Best Animated Feature. I know you guys didn't like it as much, but hey, there we go. I really liked it.
4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I did like it. Just
okay. Yeah.
I think the fact that it's stop animation, I can't get on with it.
See, for me, I liked it, but I'm so overhearing the Pinocchio story.
I mean, that's fair.
If it was the first one ever, then I'd probably be like, this fucking slaps. But I don't know, it's just too familiar, I think.
And you didn't watch the Disney's Pinocchio, did you?
No, I'm not going to.
It might crop up later on.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. When you get knocked down, you gotta get back up. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know enough to know if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. I lit my brain with vodka whiskey till my pain was chicken fried. And I had dudes with badges frisk me, well, teach me how to swallow pride. I took advice no fool would take. I got some habits I can't shake. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know enough to know if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. If you're gonna be dumb,
My number 6, Jackass Forever.
when you get knocked down, you gotta
What?
get back up.
No, what?
I'm not saying anything, I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
No, you can't. I'm a big fan of Jackass. It's a movie that I don't think anybody really expected to happen.
No, and I think if you like Jackass and then years later they come out with a sequel, there is always going to be that fear of, are they too old for this shit now? Is this going to just be shit? And when you watch it, it's like, thank fucking God for that. If it's good.
It is, and it was. I like the fact that it was just a Jackass movie, but they kind of accept the fact that we're a bit old, and they get the new characters coming into it right. They're all pretty fucking they're all fun enough. None of them are. God, I fucking hate that shit. It's maybe it was a surprisingly sweet movie, which makes no sense whatsoever. But maybe that's because Bam isn't there just being nasty. To it, it's just it felt like no, this is probably the right time to stop. Now you're all going to be crossing over into 50 years old. Maybe it's the right time to stop. But yeah, I didn't expect for it to hit me as emotionally as it did. And I think it's because of when it came out. It came out early January, I think it was. Not too much.
No.
But like, yeah, but you know, we're going back to January where now, January last year, in terms of the fact that where we were is a very different place to now. You know, we had the COVID was still there. You know, we only just stopped wearing masks again, and everyone thought we had lockdowns over Christmas. And there was still this feeling of that. Of that tension was still there. And that hasn't completely gone, but it has largely gone. Let's be honest.
Oh well, there'll not be a lockdown again for COVID.
But it still felt it was still over your shoulder, and then
don't.
And then Jackass Forever came out, and it was exactly what it was. It was a balm of a movie. For
gloriously anarchic and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked that. And the fact that you've got this movie about these fucking idiots, and yeah, I mean, of great fucking production fucking house names, Dick House, and their idents are always great. It's just, they are idiots, but they all seem like they're actually quite good dudes.
Well, the thing is, they're idiots you've grown up with to an extent.
Yeah, you spent 20 years with them.
Yeah. I'm defending a film that I don't agree with you putting in your top 10.
Yeah. But yeah, Jackass Forever, just for as very much that is probably the most self-indulgent on my list, but it's my list.
Yeah, that's how I've done my top 5.
That's it. I will never.
It's the greatest showman effect for me. From now on, it's just like, what made me fucking feel
that's it.
great.
I will never put anything in because I feel like I should, or take anything out because I look at it and go, but I mean, really, am I genuinely saying that Jackass Forever is better than, let's say, The Menu? Yeah, I am. Fuck it.
For you, it is. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, so I'm fine with it. Yeah, Becky, what is your number 5?
My number 5 has just changed, actually.
Oh.
Because of the Greatest Showman effect.
Oh.
Bones and All is my number 5. It's moved down in the list.
Oh, fuck you then.
No, because I think it's a very good film. But did it make me feel as good as the film that was previously number 5 and has now bumped up to number 4? Did I enjoy it as much? No. Is it better? Yeah, probably.
Fair enough.
But Bones and All. And Timothy Chalamet is so pretty.
Might come up later on.
Yeah, mate. But yeah, Bones and All, number 5. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I know it'll come up and you will wax lyrical about it for a while.
Ian, what's your number 5?
RRR, pretty sure it's going to come up later. Yeah, it's an absolute banger. It's 3 hours of fun and silly stuff and serious stuff and songs and dance and insane action sequences, and it's a movie. The movie.
Yeah. The movie is the best description I've heard of that movie. It is perfection.
Oh, nice. But yeah, number 5.
I fucking love that movie. The movie. My number 5. I didn't say mine now, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm losing track of this.
Yeah.
It's math.
It's not really math, is it?
It's a little bit. It's got numbers in it and shit. Words, algebra.
Numbers.
Top Gun Maverick is my number 5.
Yeah.
It's the thing is, it's the longest. I am right in saying this. It's the longest ever between a movie being made and a sequel being made.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's longer than fucking Hustler to Colour of Money.
Avatar to Avatar 2.
Yes, quite. And the thing is, it was one of those where it was being promised for so long because of COVID and all these bits, and they kept holding back on it and going, no, we're not releasing it. This is going to be in the cinema. And, you know, you get the feeling that that was very much Cruise. Like, that somebody at one point said to Cruise, look, we've got this idea, and he went, tell you what, hang up the phone, right, call me back, and just don't ever fucking mention this again, because I can have you killed. And yeah.
And I do my own stunts, so it'll probably be me.
Yeah. Seen Mission Impossible movies? Yeah. Just say it. But yeah, but then it manages to be fucking really entertaining without just rehashing the tropes from the first one. It manages to incorporate an entire new team into it.
I think for me, the reason it's not higher is that, with the exception of that chap that you and Ian think's really...
Glenn Powell,
I think the supporting cast's weak.
But I disagree with you. It managed to put... Lewis Pullman's great.
Which one's Lewis Pullman?
Bob.
Bob. But he's fine. He's just kind of there, isn't he? And Miles Teller's not as good as he could be.
What about the guy who's with Cruise who gives him that thumbs up and the smile at the end? He's brilliant.
It's great. I completely disagree with you. You're wrong, Becky.
I just thought you've not got like a goose in there, have you? Like,
You've literally got Goose's son.
No, but Chicken or whatever the fuck he's called is not a goose.
You don't have Goose, but you have Talk to Me, Goose.
Yeah. It's just... It's... Top Gun Maverick, again, the thing is, people. Another reason why I think it would be a great Oscar winner is we all were looking forward to going back to the cinema. But there was a whole tranche of people who maybe were looking forward to going back to the cinema, but had not gone back to the cinema yet. And it's not even that they didn't feel comfortable, it's just that they'd got out of the habit of going there. The people who go 5-6 times a year, or 3-4 times a year, those people, they'd not started going back to the cinema at the point when Top Gun Maverick came out. And it seemed like Top Gun Maverick, it costs so much money, and it's like, is there nostalgia there that people think? Is it going to be any good? It was a bit of a gamble. And the fact that the movie is good, but it got those people to go, nah, fuck it, I'm going to go back to this. It didn't just have a big weekend. It was a fucking movement.
On it. Yeah. And do you know, it sounds like I'm ragging on it. It's in my top 10 movies of the year. I loved this movie. It's not higher because I don't think the supporting cast are to the level that Tom Cruise is. If there was a stronger supporting cast, I think it would have elevated it.
But I like the fact they don't just make Maverick infallible in it either.
No, yeah.
I like that. It's just a really... It's not Tom Cruise ego trip.
No.
Tom Cruise wants to make a great fucking movie. And that's why Tom Cruise is great, and the amount of shit that he gets off people is just, will you fuck off? The guy just wants to make really fucking entertaining movies, and then you stay the fuck out of his life outside of it. Yeah. And it's partly that because I'm a little bit annoyed because I saw several people tweeting the same image of Nicole Kidman when she got papped by somebody after her divorce came through, and people tweeting that image saying, me when I saw that Tom Cruise didn't get a Best Actor nomination.
Oh, really?
And it's like, really? Why do you care that much?
Yeah. Oh God, you'd have to be really fucking...
It's like, there are people out there that you should be a lot more annoyed with than Tom Cruise, who is just making entertaining fucking movies. So Top Gun, yeah, that's why it's my number fucking 6. Great fucking movie. Should have watched it more. Might have gone up if I had. Becky.
Could we possibly take a brief break?
A pee break?
Yes.
Yes,
well,
we can take a pee break.
Try to be more dignified than that, but... Don't carry on without me.
I'm not going to carry on without you then. Because I need to go for pee myself.
Oh, fair enough. I need to know what your disappointments were. Surprises were.
You still eating the gummies here?
No. I just don't need a pee. You say number 6 then?
Yes.
I just did my number 5.
So it was my number 5, yeah. Was my number 5.
Okay, alright. Oh,
I am doing bad at math today. Fucking hell.
No, you're alright. You're alright. I just wanted to make sure.
I've watched 5 hours worth of movies today so far.
Fucking hell.
I did a weird fucking weird Eric Roberts double bill.
What else did you watch?
I watched Blackbird.
Oh, okay. Alright, save it for next
Oh, no, it
week.
comes up.
Oh, what? Okay, alright, fair enough.
Yeah, fucking hell.
What the fuck? Okay, alright, interesting.
Yeah.
You can't be surprised because you were expecting him to like it.
It's not a surprise.
Oh. I mean, it's not.
Yes,
Okay.
it's definitely not. It's definitely not. No, it's definitely not top 4.
Yeah, alright, okay. Say no more. Deary me.
Fucking hell. I'll get into it, but yeah, Jesus Christ. Why does he take like an entire fucking island, all of Ireland are there in this fucking non-specific Caribbean paradise? And even the priest is Irish.
Yep.
Just
Even the priest is Irish.
fucking great moment with a hat.
Fucking love it. Oh, what? You mean where, like, he's got a woman who just gives him his hat at the front of the hotel?
He has to change
Yeah.
hats.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. It's very funny.
Yeah. There's specific reasons why it's on the list that it's on. Right, I'm gonna go
Okay.
for a pee.
Alright.
Minute rock and roll again.
Do it.
Right. Da-da-da-da. Becky,
Yes.
what are your 5 surprises of the year?
Okay, my 5 surprises of the year. Number 5 is Clerks 3.
Nice.
I have a spotty relationship with the Askew universe.
Yeah.
And I like Clerks. I'm not so hot on Clerks 2. Clerks 3 it felt like a really big gap, and what's the point? Why are we doing this? Where's it going? So I was actually really surprised at how well it turned out and how kind of touching it actually is. You know, it's got a bit more depth to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not the mess that you expect it to be.
No.
It's a little bit more well formed and a bit more mature than I think I expected it to be.
Yeah, agreed. My number 4 is the Munsters.
Yeah, fair play, yeah.
Always kind of expected to like the Munsters to an extent, but probably largely from a nostalgia point of view. It was always a bit odd that Rob Zombie was doing it, because obviously he's known for much more
Visceral
icky
films.
stuff. Yeah, visceral. That's the grown-up word for icky. than the Munsters is. So it was a bit like, right, is this just going to be like a not family friendly version of the Munsters, or is he gonna try and like do a thing or what? And it was actually like a really fun, charming little film, very much in the spirit of the TV show.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
It was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I had a good time with it. I'll probably never watch it again.
Oh, I will.
Or anything, but I had a good enough time with it. It was better than I expected it to be, is what I would say.
Yeah, because obviously...
It nearly made my surprises.
Yeah. Well, I think, like I say, I expected to like it, but didn't know really what I was expecting, if that makes sense. And then there was quite a lot of nastiness on film Twitter about it, wasn't there, when it first...
Yeah, because people hate fun.
Yeah. So I was a bit like, oh shit, is this just like a real like shoot and a miss? But no, it wasn't.
A lot of modern movie fans are spoilt. And so they go, oh, it just looks amateurish. Like, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
Go do a TikTok dance to fucking Wednesday, you twats.
Yeah, fuck, I'm so sick of that song. Dance, dance, dance with your hands in the air. Fucking somewhere else. My number 3 is 3,000 Years of Longing. Was intrigued by this but didn't really expect to like it. Not keen on Idris Elba. Not really keen on Tilda Swinton. It looked it looked like it was going to be quite fantastical, but a lot of the word that had come out was that it was really dry and it's just two people sat in a room talking.
Which is better.
And it's just really fucking good. And it has made me reevaluate my opinions on both of the actors. It's just really good and really sweet, and I really the way that they kind of did the fantastical stuff as part of like them sat in a room talking and him telling her stories was just really clever. I just really liked it. My number 2 was Hellraiser. I did not expect this to be good, and I think part of that was because we did the whole Hellraiser thing, didn't we? And it was very much a series of diminishing returns. And by the time we'd got through all of those, I was like, well, at this point, how can it be good? Like, it would just go against the grain of the whole series. And it just was. And the production value was great. The new Pinhead was great. The story was really good. And yeah, I think it was more a relief than anything else. Not having to watch another really badly made movie. And then my number 1 surprise of the year was the Chip and Dale movie.
Nice.
I remember when you suggested watching this, I was like, fucking really? Like, I liked the cartoon, but you want me to watch a Chip and Dale movie? And what it's about him getting fucking CG-fied and made 3D? That sounds shit.
Yeah, you only agreed to watch it if I made breakfast that morning.
I think I did, yeah. And it's just really good. It's a really good family movie. And I really, really enjoyed it, and I will watch that again as well.
Fair play.
Nice.
Ian, what are your 5 surprises of the year?
My number 5 is LFF film Fast and Feel Love.
Yeah.
So on Netflix now. Romantic comedy drama about the competitive world of cup stacking, but with film references a go-go. Little long, but very, very fun. Didn't know a thing about it going in. Just got a ticket on a ballot. And really, really liked it. It's on Netflix. Give it a go. My number 4 is Strange World. Because
that nearly made mine, to be fair.
Nearly made mine as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I wasn't expecting anything because the marketing was awful, and it's this visually inventive, charming film with some really good leads, some really terrific action, and a third act which is genuinely surprising. So yeah, Strange World. My number 3 is Ambulance. It's not up there in my top, so I absolutely respect Mark putting it in there. Really, it's wild. I was kind of thinking after Six Underground had Michael Bay lost it, and no, he hasn't at all. He just needed a drone and Jake Gyllenhaal. So yeah, no, good. Very, very solid stuff. My number 2, surprise, is my second watch of Bullet Train.
Nice.
Bullet Train, watched it, absolutely hammered, as Mark knows. Just did not vibe with it at all, and it was basically because I was drunk and I wasn't paying attention. I think it's fun. It is a bit sub-Tarantino, but Brian Tyree Henry and Aaron Taylor-Johnson are really, really good support for Brad Pitt. Fun action in there. The Ryan Reynolds cameo is so small that I don't find it too egregious. And I am a fan of Bullet Train. And my number 1 is The Monsters.
Oh, nice.
That is a film which I thought was going to be utter dog shit. It is a film which is a 3 out of 5. But the fact that I even liked The Monsters is my biggest cinematic surprise of the year. Like, hands down.
I love that.
Yeah, there you go. That's me.
Right, my biggest surprises. At number 5 is Uncharted. A movie that, it is just an Uncharted movie. It was, everybody wanted to hate this because A, it had Mark Wahlberg in it, and B, they didn't agree with the casting of Tom Holland. And then a lot of people actually had the balls to, when it came out and they watched it, go, oh, it's quite fun though. It's quite fun though, isn't it? Yeah, it is quite fun. It's like, I still don't agree with it. It's still been better if they'd have cast blah, blah, blah. Nathan Fillion as this, like 15 years ago, maybe. But yeah, it's a fun movie, and yeah, it did really well, and I think we're getting a sequel. But yeah, I had a good time with it. It's a good time of a movie. My number 4 is, I toyed with the idea of not putting this in, but I am actually genuinely surprised by it. I'm not surprised that I liked it, but I'm surprised that it's good. And it's Confess Fletch.
Yeah.
I was always...
Oh, that's fair.
I was
Good
going
call.
to like it because I like the character, Fletch. And I also quite like John Hamm. And I thought he wouldn't have been my first choice, but I think he's all right, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And he's fully invested in the movie. He is absolutely on board with being Fletch. And that's it. But then it's actually good. The fact that other people liked it is what I'm surprised by. For that, yeah, it's. Will we get a sequel? I know John Hamm said, look, it's not actually out of the question. The film's done all right. The studio has been okay with it.
I really hope we get sequels to this. I hope they do this with the book series.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a great time with Confess Fletch. I will watch it. Probably not as much as Fletch, but probably more than Fletch Lives.
Yeah, fair.
Is what I would say. My number 3 is the greatest beer run ever.
You love them.
I never finished this. Yeah, okay.
It's a good movie. It's
military propaganda, Mark.
But it's not. And that's the good thing about it is it starts off being a little bit like that, but then you go on a journey with a guy who it turns out is like, oh, I am here for the wrong fucking reasons, and these guys are here for the wrong fucking reasons. But then again, shit. And there is an arc there within the main character that exists, and I think that it was again maligned by people who hadn't watched it.
Yeah, who were making assumptions about what it was.
Yeah. And I had a good enough time with it. My number 2 is Tar.
Okay, yeah, I could see that being there for you. Yeah.
I didn't go into it with the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer. I hadn't seen it. I
Well,
watched
not-
the first
Yeah.
trailer, which was just Kate Blanchett's face.
Yeah.
So I knew very little about it when I went into it, but was a little bit. I didn't even know who directed it, to be honest. And I quite liked Todd Field as a filmmaker. But I thought, do you know what? Is this just going to be? Is this just going to be just really pretentious vegetables? And it's not. It's actually quite. It's quite nasty in a lot of ways, and the central character kind of gets what she deserves, but in a really weird way, in the sense that she still has a career, probably still has quite a lucrative career, but it is so not the lucrative career she wants, and you know it will burn her, and it is all her own fucking fault. And I like that about this movie, is the fact that it has that. She gets what she fucking deserves.
Well, she
Yeah.
doesn't really. She's
Absolutely.
grooming young girls, and one of them commits suicide. She does not get what she
Yeah,
deserves.
but for the character, the character gets what she deserves, because what she ends up doing is what she thinks is so fucking beneath her, and that she ends up becoming everything she would mock by proving that she is just a fucking fraud. She's a hack, and that's what is wonderful about her.
If she's not gonna like actually get criminal justice, which in the real world in this situation she probably fucking wouldn't, this is like the worst ending for her.
Yeah.
It's like a realistic ending. If I mean, I don't know why I'm saying if Lydia Tartt were a real person, she is.
She's a real person. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a documentary, so yeah. But it feels like it, in all seriousness. Yeah.
And my biggest surprise of the year.
The girl in that she's chasing is the female lead in that Baby Ruby I was talking about earlier.
Is she?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, really? Oh,
I
okay.
will never watch.
You should have watched the trailer. It looks
I
really
don't
good.
want to watch it.
Okay.
It's got a baby in it, which is a thanks. I hate it waiting to happen.
So does Rosemary's Baby.
Right?
And you like that?
How many times have I watched Rosemary's Baby?
Couple.
Twice. We'll never watch it again. My number one surprise is White Noise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yay.
Nice.
Yeah. If you'd have told me that I would enjoy as much as I did if you'd explained the story.
Yeah. Someone explained this movie and the cast and the director and everything to you, you'd have been like, absolutely fucking not.
I would have done the thing of where my brain would have been going, don't punch this person in the nose, because they didn't make the movie unless it was Noah Baumbach explaining it to me. And if somebody came up to me and went, "Hi Mac, I'm Noah Baumbach," I would punch them in the nose straight away
Without any explanation.
But I absolutely will admit, do you know what? It's a fun movie. It's a good time. It's got a really good energy to it, a really fucking good vibe. If Baumbach continues to make movies like that, fuck it. I am all on the fucking Baumbach train. I will never go back to watching the movies that he made before this and have any revisionism and go, I was wrong. I'm not. I'm right. But this is a great time. And I'm kind of glad that people who usually like Noah Baumbach movies don't like this movie. It's just funny. It's a funny absurdism, surreal comedy. It's also not well, what if a real family were put in this situation? Because they're not a real family. They are still
still very stylized.
a stylized version of a family. But yeah, it's just a fun movie, and I enjoyed it.
Fair enough.
And there you go. Can I also point out that on the greatest beer run in the world ever, the poster on Wikipedia... No, sorry, Uncharted, sorry. The poster on Wikipedia has a QR code on it.
Yeah, it's a weird one, that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right. Becky,
Yes.
what is your number 4 best movie of 2022?
My number 4 is the Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal vehicle, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Nice.
I seem to have this odd little soft spot for Nick Cage and just like everything that he does. But I genuinely think this is a legitimately good kind of meta-y vibes, interesting movie, and I really loved it. I think both the main central performances are really fucking good. I think Pedro Pascal is he's just so he's so engaging to watch. Like, he pulls you into whatever he's doing quite well. And then obviously Nick Cage is just this larger than life fucking entity that you've got the kind of what should be the eccentric character being the rich kind of playboy guy is the normal one, and then the down on his luck actor is the one that's all like fucking weird and shit, and it's just this really quite good juxtaposition. So yeah, Unbearable Weight.
Ian, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Nope. Film that really, really went up in my estimation on second watch, as I said a few apps back. I think it's both trying to have blockbuster elements while also trying to be a Jordan Peele film. He's gotten better with every film for me, personally. With Get Out is a very... this is what this is. And I like Get Out, but it's not exactly the... Like, once you know what the plot is, it's not exactly the deepest thing. And then Us kind of, like, takes that on to just what is a fucking really weird concept, like the tether thing and, like, the kind of the mirror world under the ground. And then Nope is kind of pushing into more populist sensibilities. Well, like he said himself, it's like both a love letter to movies and Hollywood, and also a criticism of it. A little bit like Babylon in a way, actually. But in a way which really sang for me second time round. I think Keke Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya are terrific in the lead roles, but Michael Wincott's great as well.
I think I need to rewatch this because this very nearly made my disappointments.
I think you do need to rewatch it.
Yeah,
because I think you were closer to Ian than me. Like, I liked it. I think you were close to Ian. Ian didn't get on with it. I think I was the one who liked it the most.
Yeah.
Then Ian just jumped up into his top 5. And
yeah, I think I need to rewatch this and Us because I didn't like Us really either.
I thought you did like Us.
I
thought you did like Us.
No, not really.
It clicked for me. I understood what Peele was going for, and I didn't first time round. So, yeah, Nope. I really, really, really like it. I'm quite looking forward to watching it again, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Yep.
So my number 4 is Movie the Movie.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It is just 3 hours of just pure fucking entertainment, joy and glee. It's quite something, and can absolutely see why it has literally just sort of taken the world by storm, and people love it. I literally haven't spoken to anybody who has watched it that hasn't kind of fallen for it. And I'm alarmed at the amount of people that I know that have watched it, like have known what you'd call film people.
Yeah, yeah.
That have watched it and have gone, yeah, it's just fucking so much fun.
Yeah.
My mum watched it and loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I recommended it and said, look, give it a go. It's a lot of fun. And she watched it and was like, it was bonkers, but yeah, it's a great amount of fun. So yes, that was my number 4. Becky, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think it's great. I think conceptually, story-wise, execution-wise, I think it just gets everything right. I think the weak points for me on first watch, which I'm thinking at least one of them probably won't bother me as much on rewatch. With the daughter and Jamie Lee Curtis, and the hot dog fingers world. Didn't like that. But yeah, I just think it's a really fucking clever concept, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really hope Michelle Yeoh gets the best actress for it.
Nice.
Mark's just getting himself a drink here, and what's your number 4?
Oh.
Three.
My number 3, yeah. My number 3 is Tar.
What? What's he saying?
None of us can do math.
Oh, none of us can do math. Okay, Ian, sorry, go on.
I think. Yeah, my number 3 is Tar. Just a great exploration of cancel culture and feminism in the modern day, masculinity in the modern day. How just everyone's a bit of a fucking arsehole, and if people realised that and just accepted it and didn't criticise everybody for everything that they think is wrong, then maybe people could actually get together and get on with each other. But also, it is a very haunted film, you know. I mean, like, you got like shadows of people in the background in shots and stuff, and the it feels like a film which is quite despairing of society, in a kind of a quiet way, where you've got this woman who is an arsehole, but also in her pointing out the arsehole traits of other people. It's just like, yeah, I see that as well. And in conclusion, everyone's a dick. Some people are definitely more dicks than others, but everyone can be a bit of an arsehole. And that's my conclusion on Tar, and I really like it. It's long, but it never necessarily feels like it's too long. It just needs time to tell the story it's telling. And I think it's a really, really good and clever. It's just a clever bit of work.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good film. I think I maybe put it like on my surprises list, and that made me have to eliminate it from everything else. So maybe I should have reevaluated that. My number 3 is the Banshees of Inisherin.
Nice.
I just think it's an incredibly brilliant piece of work to do a story that I feel both works as the parable it is and as a film as it is without that being there, but that is clearly there.
What they're going for.
Yeah. Is brilliant. The reason why, calling back to what you said earlier, why I think that that Farrell, if he does get an Academy Award, will be deserving of it, is it's a film that doesn't really have big fucking moments. It doesn't have Oscar clip moments, but it manages to have big moments within it.
Emotional beats.
Yeah. And of those, Farrell is key to the big 3 would probably be the time when he chews out Gleason in the bar, the Barry Keoghan essentially asking Kerry Condon out on a date.
Colin Farrell's not involved in that, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying these are the big moments of the film.
Ah, okay.
And the end at the beach. And Farrell is involved in 2 of those, and yes, of course, he's the main character of the film, but he's fantastic in both of them.
What about the bit when he finds his donkey? That's quietly heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. You've got moments like that within the movie. It's just this weirdly small movie about a small subject that's actually massive. That is there, and it's an incredibly cleverly written film that has that's MacGuffin is the film itself, because all the way through it you're watching it going, what has he done?
Yeah.
What the fuck has he done? He's clearly done something, and even with even having film knowledge,
Yeah.
knowing that it's a Martin McDonagh film, you watch it going, fuck, what has McDonagh had him fucking do? Because it's got to be something fucking horrible. Then when you realise, oh shit, no, he's not done anything. That's the point. It is just, fuck, that's what it is. It's almost a well fucking played. It's a well fucking played of a movie. And by the way, I'm going to say this, my 1, 2 and 3 are almost interchangeable. And could be on a different day. I've actually changed my 1, 2 and 3 while we've been talking.
Fair enough.
But that, yeah, I think it's an incredible piece of work. Yeah. So that's, yeah. What's your number 2, Rebecca? Ooh, what's your number fucking 2? Because I don't know your list.
Got away in first.
Are you still undecided? All I can see on Becky's list, because I can see Becky's written down her list.
I'm a list writer.
Is that her number 1 and number 2 are both next to each other written sideways.
Oh,
So
wow.
you haven't decided yet, have you not, Beck? Ian, what is your number 2? Go on.
I just need a minute.
Give it a minute. What is your number 2 film of the year?
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Just absolute banger of a film. Wonderfully heartfelt, very, very cinematic, really fucking funny. Like the whole idea of them having to do weird shit before they can kind of like jump or verse jump or whatever they call it. It's just a lovely touch. Yeah, I mean, I think I talked about Jamie Lee Curtis earlier on. I think she's fine. Michelle Yeoh, brilliant. Stephanie Zhu, brilliant. Ki Hee Kwan, ace. It's a terrific film which kind of points a direction to what smart mainstream / indie films could be in the future. It's just incredibly impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
Becky, what's your number 2?
Okay, so these are fairly equal, but I think it falls that Elvis is my number 2.
Wow, fair play.
Okay.
And I know I've been saying all year that it's my film of the year. And it very nearly is. And I'm probably gonna like come back on next week and go, guys, I've had a rethink. But no, Elvis. It's just fucking magnificent. And I think it might have pipped it had I had the opportunity to rewatch it before recording, but I've just not had a chance to get to it. It
How many times have
possibly
you watched this year? 3? 4? Fucking hell, Becky.
it possibly loses a little bit over the one that has won because of Tom Hanks.
Fair play.
But yeah, it looks spectacular. The musical numbers are spectacular. That is the word for it. It is a spectacle, and it is a big, like, it feels like an event of a movie, and it's, really sad as fuck given the way that it ends. But like, it's a joyful movie to watch for a fair chunk of it. Just watching him, reach those dizzying heights and the love for him and stuff like that. But it's also kind of like haunting with regards to the amount of his life he gives up, the effect, the powerful, tangible effect that he has on the people that he's performing to, and watching him get older, watching him go through his like fucking shitty movie phase and just be really unhappy with it but not know how to escape it. Like, it's got a lot of depth to it as well. And Austin Butler's fucking fantastic as Elvis. So yeah, that's my number 2.
Yeah. Oh, me and it now.
Yeah.
That confused me, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 2 is Babylon. We spoke about it earlier.
Fucking hell, good for you. Sorry.
Yeah. I was toying. Babylon was at number 3 at one point. and Banshees was at number 2. And then I remembered that Babylon has Margot Robbie in that dress in it, and Banshees doesn't because she'd be well cold.
She would be well
She
cold.
wouldn't need ice for her nipples.
Yeah, she wouldn't.
In there, and Margot Robbie in a nice fucking chunky knitted sweater probably wouldn't do it for me as much.
No.
So yeah. So if Kerry Condon had been just in Banshees in that dress, then
that would have won.
Or if Colin Farrell had been in that dress in Banshees, I'd have probably like, all right, fair enough, extra fucking star for you.
It's a hell of a dress.
It's a hell of a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you know why it's good?
Why?
Because that dress is in the beginning part of the movie.
It's in the end as well.
True.
So yeah, so Babylon spoke about it earlier.
It's black and white at the end, though, isn't it?
No. It's not.
Oh no, there's the colour shots of the party as well.
Yeah, loved everything of it, what and all. Yeah.
You celebrate your warty frog of a movie.
Yeah, fuck it, I will do. I like joy.
Didn't bring joy. The first hour brought joy. The rest of it, misery.
I made you high five me at the start, didn't I? When the BBC credits can't come up.
Yeah. Yeah.
BBFC, sorry, not BBC. Right. Worsts. Becky, give us your worsts.
Okay. So I'm going to skim real quick over my number 10. My number 10 is Turning Red. My number 9 is that...
I like Turning Red.
I just don't need to see a movie where a giant panda is the manifestation of a girl getting a period. It's just not what I need to see from my cartoons. And it's ugly.
Fair enough.
It's an ugly cartoon.
You're wrong, but fair enough.
Okay.
So my number 9 is that fucking Jen Belcher movie. What the fuck was that about? What logic went through people's heads that they made that they made that movie?
I don't know.
It's just shit and pointless, and what a waste of time.
Yeah, it's not even real.
No.
I made a biopic nobody had heard of and then changed loads of it.
Yeah, just bonkers. My number 8 is Doctor Strange. Spoiler alert for the rest of my list. I find it really concerning that 2 of my worst off lists for the year are Marvel movies. It's been a real fucking shitty year for Marvel and a real downgrade in quality. Doctor Strange is to echo what you said, Ian, the Raimi bits are highlights, but overall it's just really shit and weak and doesn't have an awful lot to say, wastes what it does have. It's
not. Is it? It's not okay.
It's not okay. No, that's not on my list anymore. That's been replaced.
That's it.
Yeah.
Is that why it's got a little red dot next to it?
It is. That's been replaced by Dashcam.
All right, fair enough. Sorry, I thought I was making
Nice.
a joke there.
You were making a good joke if the list hadn't changed. Not okay has been bumped. Not okay is not okay. Not okay. But what's more not okay is Dashcam. Just a real fucking... Do you know what? Yes, I get that she's supposed to be abrasive. I get that you're not supposed to like her. I get that she's supposed to be challenging. But... Nah, mate, no. Just no. It fucking awful watch, and we'll never rewatch that movie. And she's hateful. The fact that they seem to be...
On her side.
Yeah, there's a feeling that the filmmakers are on her side and are kind of goading her on. And it's like, I really, really hope that's not your view too, because...
It comes across like it is.
Yeah, it does. And his next film, if that is the person that he is, I hate that his next film's a Stephen King adaptation. But then if that was the person he was, would King let him do it? I don't know. Unless it's a dollar baby, which could be.
Could be, but he likes to vet them quite well, doesn't he?
No, not the dollar babies.
They're not.
No, but it's very set stuff that's allowed to be in the dollar baby program, and the night shift stories are among them.
Alright, fair enough.
So we'll wait and see. But yeah, Dashcam's a piece of shit. Number 6 is The Fabelmans.
Wow.
Fully fucking hated my time with that film. I discussed it at length only a few weeks ago when we watched it. I won't get into it again because it makes me angry, but just what a really fucking weak piece of filmmaking. Number 5 is The Bubble. Because it's just shit. Like, it's objectively shit. It's not subjective. This is an objective fucking factual statement. It's shit. There's a few moments in it that are kind of fun, but for the most part, it's just indulgent fucking... They come across as just lovey wankers having fun during lockdown. And I get that's kind of like the vibe that the film's going for, but it feels like that's the case for the cast as well. And yeah, no, absolutely not.
Is it like nearly 2 hours? Is it like 2 hours long as well?
Something ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Number 4 for me, and I appreciate not for everyone, but number 4 for me was Men. I find that as I age, my tolerance for just unearned pretension is disappearing. It's just this film thinks it's so fucking poignant and so fucking important, and it just isn't. And it's loving the whiff of its own farts air. I'm just not here for it. Number 3 for me is Thor. Just the steep drop in quality between Ragnarok and this, and I know you weren't super keen on Ragnarok anyway.
No, it's nowhere near as entertaining as it thinks it is.
But for a lot of people it is, and for me, Ragnarok toes the line very well between humour and having some meat on its bones as well, and advancing the story and the characters still largely being likeable. This has none of that. Tessa Thompson is not a particularly likeable character in Ragnarok, but there's also the Hulk there. You don't have that in this. You don't have like a straight man. Pun not intended. But you don't have that sensible kind of person. Thor, I said this to you at the time, they've made him a fucking idiot. As the films have gone on, he's gone from being the literal god of fucking thunder, you know, who was a bit of a Labrador, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he was quite naive and stuff like that, but not just fucking stupid, just wasn't aware of like what was going on this world that he was on, that he'd never been to before.
They've pretty much done that with every single character in Marvel, where literally every male character has kind of become a bit of a buffoon.
Yeah. The Natalie Portman shit didn't make sense for me. The kid shit didn't make sense for me. They have wasted what is apparently a really good baddie in the comic book series. So, yeah, just an all-round fail. Another all-round fail for me, number 2, is Texas Chainsaw. It's one of those films where you watch it and you think, how did this ever make it off the page? None of it works. It's not a good idea. It's not well executed. The premise is stupid. The kills, you know, you have a guy that kills people with a chainsaw and they're shit. How do you make that shit?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Texas Chainsaw number 2, and number 1 for me is Blonde, because it is just god awful, and I think we need to collectively, as a population, global population, just forget that this ever existed. Because I like Anna de Armas. I don't want to see this sully her future career.
But there it is.
But here it is. Just a deeply, deeply disrespectful film. How badly she, as an actress, is exploited in this movie about the exploitation of the character. How she did not see that and go, wait, no, actually, this doesn't work for me. that must have been in the script. She's read that and okayed it, and
I think she's seen it as role of a lifetime.
But it's not. If it was a straight Marilyn Monroe biopic, then do you know what? Fine, take it. But also, if you're Anna de Armas and you're deeply miscast for the role, maybe look at it and go, yeah, it might be the role of a lifetime, but I'm not right for it. Maybe all the people that would have been right for it quite rightly turned it down. This film should not exist. You know, you've taken a Hollywood icon, like actual icon. That the word gets thrown around a lot, but Marilyn Monroe is, and just raped her corpse. It's awful. It's so disrespectful.
I agree with you completely. Mike won't learn. Ian, what are your?
I got a bottom 5. I didn't do a 10.
All right, yeah.
But it's all good. Some crossover here. My number 5 is The Bubble. Just one of the most fucking self-aggrandizing. Oh, wouldn't it be funny to take the piss out of ourselves? Also, my daughter's going to do all the choreography. Just boring couple of hours of just self-satisfied shite. Yeah, Judd Apatow can fuck off. My number 4 is Skinamarink.
Oh, wow.
I refer to last week's podcast. Noel and I went into it, obviously. My number 3 is Blonde. Absolutely agree with everything that Beck said there. Couldn't say it better myself. My number 2 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Just, again, everything Beck said. I know I'm rushing through these, but like you put these things really well, dude. My worst film of the year is Robert Zemeckis' Pinocchio.
Oh, I didn't see this.
You don't need to. We watched it, so you don't have to.
Thanks.
Just like the most soulless thing you've ever seen. I mean, it is ghoulishly, like just calculated. Yeah. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
The only way you could make that film in any way bearable is if you just slapped a Funny or Die ident in the bottom corner, and then you could
Sure.
go, I don't think they've quite landed this, but I get what they're going for.
I do not know what I know what Robert Zemeckis was thinking. You'll pay me how much? But what Tom Hanks is doing in this,
You'll
I
pay
do
me how
not
much?
know. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Just the fact that this got announced so early as going to Disney Plus was already right. What's wrong with this then?
There's very much a Robert Zemeckis ringing up Tom Hanks and going, Tom, want you to do this Pinocchio thing, and him going, all right, give me 2 seconds. Can we just check to find out how much that place in Miami cost? Yeah, it's 16 mil.
Yeah. I just really, really awful. For once, I'm not surprised that Disney put something like this on Disney Plus, because the word on it would have been toxic theatrically, and I think it could have killed the whole live action remake thing dead.
I mean, I think it should. They're not great anyway.
No, they're not, and obviously we got the Little Mermaid coming up. But I mean, it like the thing is, because they put it out on Disney Plus Day, it just became content.
And they kind of did put it out and then just urged people to not watch it.
Basically, yeah. I mean, it's an awful fucking film. So yeah, there you go.
Right. So my number 10 was The Bubble, as we've all said. Shit. My number 9 is Morbius. Shit. People need to stop trying to make what's his name happen. That prick who was in Doctor Who. Tall one.
Matt Smith.
It's not very good. He's just not very good, and he's not charismatic. And the worst thing is, he thinks he's really charismatic.
He does seem to, yeah.
Yeah. Number 8 is Prize Fighter. Yeah.
The Story of Jen Belcher.
The Story of Jen Belcher. Yeah. Number 7 is Dashcam. Just a.
Oh my god, we both inserted it at the same spot.
We did. Like Ian said, just grow up.
Yeah.
But that it does unequivocally. The movie makes you think that the people behind it agree with her.
Yeah.
If they don't, and that wasn't what they were going for, they failed.
Yeah.
Badly.
Yeah.
Number 6 was Do Revenge. Or we could just not.
Yeah,
We
it's
could
not
just
great.
not. The movie equivalent of fucking Last Christmas of the It's Been a Year, It Doesn't Surprise Me. Wait, you don't recognise her from like 2 fucking years ago, the girl who is insanely recognisable.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Blackbird. a movie we watched today.
Oh wow, really? That makes me really sad for you.
What a horrendous piece of shit that is. It is. The thing is, right, if you are a guy who is really fucking rich and is a dickhead, an egotistical prick, right, and you decide to make a movie, right, and the only person that you can get in it that anybody will recognise is Eric Roberts, because literally he will be in anything, and it's quite cool that he will be in anything, and I like that about Eric Roberts, right?
Yeah, we were discussing that, weren't we?
Yeah, I love the fact that he can be in this on fucking Wednesday, and then on Saturday he can be in the new PTA film. Fine. Great. But, if you're going to do that, the one thing it shouldn't be is as boring as this is. Yeah. If you're going to make yourself a fucking super agent, at least fucking do something. Just do something that isn't just wear hats.
It's some, we were saying, where it's some real wish fulfillment, vanity project shit going on in this movie.
It is.
Like, when you... That bit with the giant black dude, and he just, like, punches him.
Yeah.
The little chubby
Oh, you've killed him there! You've killed him, Victor!
With 3 punches!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
And everyone wants to sleep with him.
Yeah, it is. There was a bit where for no reason, the drummer in that woman's band just gets changed midway through the movie. And I told Alexa, was like, clearly that woman just did not want to sleep with Michael Flatley. Yeah. A bad
really
bad movie.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Number 4 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Shit. Number 3 is Hocus Pocus. 2. Yeah.
It's a fair call.
Nostalgia bit. But, right, if you're going to make a nostalgia sequel to something, at least have some nostalgia for the bits that people liked, not the bits that one person likes. It's just not very fucking good.
It's not, no. It didn't make me angry enough to make the list, but no, it's not.
It didn't make me angry, it made me really bored.
Oh, mine made me quite angry.
From
6 upwards.
Number 2 is Pinocchio, because it's just shit.
Nice.
It's just really, really, really bad.
There's a like morbidly perverse part of me that really wants to watch it now.
Don't.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
And number 1 is Blonde. Because everything you said, Becky, there, it is...
Oh my god, I'm so eloquent.
Yeah, it's a hideous, steaming turd of a movie that has no redeeming features to it whatsoever.
It's a stain on the face of cinema.
Yeah, it is. It's not visceral. It's not
challenging and edgy. It's fucking disrespectful.
It's pathetic.
Yeah, it is. It's juvenile as well.
It's the element of...
Look, you know this really hot actress who you think's really hot and you really like, I can get her tits out.
Yeah, it is a little bit like... It made me bored of Ana de Armas' tits.
Yeah, which should not be a thing.
You know, that is the worst poster quote that can ever exist.
Yeah.
It made this man bored of Ana de Armas' tits, and this man really likes tits.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck you. Right, Becky. Right, actually, wait. Before we do this, so because I'm aware of time.
I'm aware of the concept of time.
Ethan Barr, best film of the year, Top Gun Maverick. Surprise, The Menu. But a shout out to Halloween Ends. Disappointment, Doctor Strange, Multiverse. I'll not say it's the worst, but I did not like Death on the Nile. Rick Kidd, what are your biggest snubs and shocks in the Oscar nominations? I think we covered that in our Oscars chat, which I think was quite nice. But also his best movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. His worst movie was White Noise and Morbius. Surprise was Top Gun Maverick. And disappointments was Thor, Love and Thunder. Becky, what is your best film of 2022?
My film of the year 2022 is the absolute fucking banger Rise, Roar, Revolt. Also known as Movie the Movie.
Yes.
Do you know what? For ages there it was Elvis. And then I rewatched Triple R not so long back and it was just like, how can it not be? How can a movie that makes me this fucking pumped and this fucking happy and like fucking high-fiving, because you didn't watch it with me, did you? I was high-fiving myself, that bit under the bridge where they grab hands, I was like, fuck yes, high five. It's a banger, it's just an absolute banger and yes, it's got some shit to say. Yes, it's got some revisionist history shit to say. Yes, white people are bastards. But we just are. Like, it's not saying anything wrong. You know...
Especially British white people.
Yeah. Like, and especially at the time. I mean, I know that the powers that be are not great now, but most normal people are probably fine. But at the time, absolute pieces of shit. So, you know, there was no way after that rewatch, and I've struggled with it, honestly, for the last few weeks, as to which order these two would go in. And then I looked at the IMDb page earlier, and that picture of is it Raju, the actor that plays him?
Yes.
Just fucking smiling in his fucking IMDb picture, and I was just like, it just has to be. So yeah. The fact that it's called Rise, Roar, Revolt as well.
The fact that
that in all different languages it's called different things just so that it meets the RRR kind of requirements.
And the when the title card comes up for it is like 40 minutes into the movie, and it's when they have the big fucking hand thing under the water, isn't it?
Yeah. And the bit where like like one of them's fire and one of them's water, and then it has like little mini title cards that come up when it's like, right, this is this guy's story now and he's the water, and it's like da-da-da-da. and then the bit where he's carrying him around on his shoulders because he's going to be his legs, because his legs are bad because he was in the box.
Yeah.
It's just so good, and it's wonderfully just like it. Every time I think of it I want to watch it again, and it's so long, but that would not put me off. I'd happily rewatch it at like 11 o'clock at night and just sit there.
So long it would not put me off. Words to live by. Ian, what is your number one film of the year?
My number one film of the year is Top Gun Maverick.
So bright tonight, but don't you let go of my hand. You can cry every last tear. I won't leave till I understand. Promise me, just hold my hand.
I watched it 4 times. It is just absolute peak entertainment for me. It's a technical marvel. The score fucking bangs. Tom Cruise rules. Jennifer Connelly's doing some good, like, interesting shit with a nothing part. I like Miles Teller. And
Glenn Powell's really hot.
Yeah, I hate. Glenn Powell is smoking.
Fucking isn't he?
And I'm very mindful of the time, so I'm just going to leave it there. I've talked about Top Gun Maverick loads over the last 8 months or so, but yeah, it's emphatically my film of 2022.
Oh, I love that. Is that the Greatest Showman clause as well?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
My number one film of the year.
You're the only one that's picked like a critical darling.
Is it a critical darling?
darling? I feel like it.
I have not seen this on anybody else's list,
Oh, fair enough.
so I'm starting to feel a little bit like this might be a you're an idiot choice.
What is it?
My number one film of the year is Bones and All.
Oh, fair. Well, yeah, fair play.
It is just a really beautiful
really affected you, this film.
film.
Didn't it?
Yeah. It's this film made me go, oh, all right, I get the Timothée Chalamet thing. I already got why teenage girls and cougars loved him. I already got that, but I didn't quite get why he was getting all of the juicy parts.
He's so good in Dune.
But he's fine in Dune.
No, he's really good
Everything
in Dune.
else is better in Dune. But then this made me go, no, he's really good to be playing empathetic and just all of this and broken, but having to come to terms with this, but trying to get Tyler Russell through it and get her to come to terms with it, but then realising that she's basically using him to get to where she wants, and how broken that makes him. He just wants companionship because she knows she has what he has, and it's just that.
Yeah, there is a lot of nuance going on.
Yeah,
in this movie.
I do again, and I think this year's been a fucking great year for film. I do think it should have ended 10 minutes earlier.
What, this year in film?
No, this film.
This film.
This film should have ended 10 minutes earlier because having them just sat would have been a better ending than what we got in the end.
Oh, where they
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as just and it's a beautiful film to look at.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
If you want to take this idea and this...
Part of that is helped by the fact that there's two very attractive leads.
No, but just in terms of it uses the setting really quite well, and the fact that you're using deprived areas to tell a story about fringes of society, people who have to live on the fringes of society.
Yeah.
It is really well done there. In comparison to something like fucking Nomadland, which was a horrendous piece of shit. This used it really, really well as a character within the story.
Yes.
Really brilliant film. Did not. If you'd have told me at the start of the year this movie would be my top movie of the year, I would have laughed at you. I'd have gone, it will not. Yeah.
Like Cooper laughs.
Yes, a little like Cooper laughs. So yeah, fucking hell, banger of a year.
Yep.
Banger of a year when it was really difficult making my worst of list.
I think, there's not been many bad ones, but the bad ones that there were really bad.
3 or 4 of them are just absolute pieces of shit.
Yeah.
But beyond those 10,
Well, I think the fact that
was a lot.
our bottom 5s really echoed each other
Yeah.
says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. What are we covering next week here?
Plane.
Wow. Fucking hell. Yes.
It's getting really good reviews.
I'm
It
all
has.
right with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, we are jumping straight back into 2023 next
let's
week.
get our fucking boarding pass and go on a fucking plane with Gerard Butler. Boom.
Boom.
Thank you very much for listening to another bumper episode of Film Bastards, guys. And yeah, 2023, it's going to be fucking amazing because there are no bad years in film because film's fucking great. Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Thanks, Mark. You're weirdly enthusiastic free.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, listeners. Goodbye.